Okay, that was fast. All right. And I didn't know this stuff was still up here. So okay, let me remove it. But anyhow, how is everyone doing? As you know, I am Legacy Moon, and this is a true crime and mystery, and we are going to get into some. Well, we're gonna do a couple of things. That's what we're gonna do. A couple of things. But before we get into what we gonna do, let me okay, there we go. I had to pull up my chat and see who is up in here. Up in here, up in here. Okay. We've got wait a minute, my nose. Okay. We've got the one, the only black but not bitter Bible lady, Justin's mom, Mimi, allegedly Southside Chi-Town, Salt and Pepper Tresses. We've got Thirsty Rabbit, a lady, Lunar Brain Fireheart. I think I said Mimi already. NPR Nerd, hey Mimi. NPR Nerd, Mary Willis. I got Justin's mom, D Dub. How are you doing? Did I get everybody? Nola Brown. Hey, Nola Brown. Is Mary Willis here? Did I skip her? Okay. I don't think so. I don't think I. Hey, Mary Willis, if you're here. Hey, Southside Chi Town. Southside Chi Town is here. Let me see. There's Mary Willis. Okay. Okay. There. Okay. Now I see her in the chat. All right. Say J, my Retta. Hey, how you doing? So, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to do what we usually do. And I'm going to start you off with a new story that I saw that I have been wanting to do for a whole week and just couldn't fit it in. Hey, Shay B, but I'm going to fit it in tonight. And then we're going to do some body cam slash interrogation because it's kind of all together. And we're going to do another body cam, and then we'll see where we are. And depending on where we are, it'll depend on how much further we will go. Okay? So let me first share my screen. This is okay. All right, let me share my screen and pull up what I want to pull up. Now we have a woman. If I'm not mistaken, this is. Are we in? I think we're in Georgia, but then again, we might be in Virginia. I'm not really sure. I don't remember. Hey, casino lady, I don't remember, but nevertheless, whether we are in Georgia, Virginia, New York, Baltimore, it don't matter where we are. It's just all at Baltimore, Maryland. It don't matter. It's wrong no matter where we are. Hey, Dimples, Wimples. Hey, dim folks. Okay. Bible Bible lady says, as long as we not in Florida. Okay, Bible lady, I'll see what I can do for you tonight. All right. Let me make sure this is sharing. Okay, it is. Okay, here we go, y'all.
Has investigated a lot of complaints involving HOAs and how they use their power, but we've never seen anything quite like this.
Yeah, so the woman in the mugshot right here wanted us to tell you her story, and she wanted us to show you her mugshot. She was arrested and spent a week in jail for what started out as an HOA complaint over her lawn.
And by the way, in case y'all didn't do that, she ended up in jail because of an HOA complaint about her yard. Hey, Say Jay. Hey, Rakia. So, yes, this is a yard complaint. And while Nesto is complaining about being in jail and being an innocent man, and while Sonia is ringing the bell of truth and justice for all the innocent people in jail, because it's so many. Talk about all that, and this lady is arrested because of her grass. But anyway, Mimi says, oh, HOAs can't stand them. You know, when I was a little girl, I remember my father saying, I ain't living nowhere with an HOA because, we were military growing up. Well, I was military growing up, and they have rules on military bases. So when he bought his first house, um he's I'm not living anywhere where they got a HOA. And I'll never forget our neighborhood. It was a very small development for many years until I think I got into adulthood, and then they decided to start building in there, and then next thing you know, they was turning around talking about some HOA, and my dad was like, oh no, I don't think so, wanting to get contracts and things, so people can what petition so we can have an HOA. And people like my father and other people who were ex-military, because a lot of them out there in that development were either ex-military or they moved from New York. So it's like, okay, you new school people can't come in here with your new school rules and think we gonna just fall in line. That's not gonna happen. So I know what you mean, Mimi. Hey honey, say that, how are you doing? So let's listen to this woman's story and hear this foolishness right here. A lady said jail for her was crazy, but her yard was jacked up. I appreciate an HOA. Okay. So a lady, she appreciates the HOA, and she's been president and board member of the HOA. Oh, okay, as well. But now I see when we get to the twist, I'll tell you what the twist is and why I'm side eye. I don't think I want to I don't think I want to live anywhere where someone tells me or I have to get permission to put certain things in my yard. Now I can understand some things. Everything don't need to be in the yard, but I just don't want to pay the amount of money houses cost these days for someone else to tell me what I can, where I can park, what I can put in my yard, and all that. So I'll say that. That's my thing. Mary Willis says HOAs can be a positive and a negative. Okay, we're gonna listen to her story, and then we're gonna it's some more stuff, y'all.
Feel humiliated about the whole thing, like I gotta kind of got my head down because this is so embarrassing.
Well, tonight, investigative reporter Adam Walser there revealing how she wound up behind bars and caught up with the HOA's attorney to ask about his involvement.
This is what they were showing in court, like pictures of the brown grass.
Yep.
The grass isn't always green in Irina Green's yard, thanks to a big tree that you can see in this drone video, and a drought that led the county to impose watering restrictions last year didn't help.
Looks like you got some pieces of sod here.
Green says her yard is far from the worst in Riverview's Creekview subdivision.
If you drive around my neighborhood, you'll see there's plenty of yards that are not up to par.
So
I would rather see her brown grass than them people's tall grass that they was just showing. Hey Nikki G, it's just I don't want to see that. That I didn't live in a country, but I lived in where I grew up. We were the first houses put out that way. And so there were always things in the grass, garden snakes, things. I'm not, I'm not scared of bugs, okay, or anything like that. But it's certain things I don't want to run across. Now, when I was in my younger days, I played with frogs. But by the time I got about 10 or 11 or 12, I didn't want to play with the frogs anymore, you know?
So far, she's the only homeowner to actually go to jail for failing to keep her yard up to her HOA standards. It all started with notices from the HOA's management company.
And it went from the grass being brown to, there's a dent in my garage.
Dents too small to see from the road.
That was a part of my court case.
Green was also cited for having a dirty mailbox covered in mildew due to shade and moisture from that same tree.
I would assume you could probably clean that whole mailbox in a few minutes, right?
Yeah.
And for having a cargo van similar to other ones we observed in the neighborhood. The HOA filed a lawsuit against Green in Hillsborough County Court, demanding she correct the violations. She represented herself, preparing handwritten explanations that the HOA and judge rejected. Green appeared at a hearing last July in which the judge gave her an ultimatum.
My grass had to be brung up to par. He said, you can get seeds, you can do something, but you got 30 days to get it corrected. I said, fine. You know, he said, and if it's not done in 30 days, you're gonna go to jail.
Irene says she spent the next month correcting the violations.
I sold my van to comply. My mailbox was clean. I bought seeds and watered my grass.
But she missed her next court date.
I was supposed to receive documentation. Nothing was sent to my home. And I reached out to the courthouse several times to try to find.
Now, this is where I got questions. I don't understand that. I don't know how it works in, I guess, what is that, landlord-tenant court maybe? Is it? I don't know. I don't know how it works there. But don't they tell you when your next court date is? Because I know that's how it works, like in criminal court. Or you soon thereafter you always get something telling you when you have to be there. Let me see. What other kind of court? Traffic court. And then when you're like all the people who say they didn't know they were suspended, I know some states where they tell you, okay, you didn't show up for your court, you think you're suspended. So when people get pulled over and they're suspended, that's mind-boggling to me. I got a question though. Mary Willis, you said your first apartment when you were 22, they had an HOA. Now that would be good because that way, I don't like a lot of like noise and between, I don't know what was worse, the devil's lettuce that them people upstairs used to be smoking on, or that 5,000-pound pit bull they had running around. But it was all very distracting and I didn't like it. So I wish I could have HOA'd them out of here. Hey, I think I spoke to Nikki G and Cam Lewis. How are you doing? Hey, D-Dub. Hey, let's talk about it all. Hello, hello, hello. Let me see. Dimples Wimple said, I know the HOA I lived in, your grass couldn't be a certain height and cars couldn't be parked out on the street and no sheets as curtains. Now, okay, this is what I don't like. That like I said, I don't like the high grass, but sometimes it's not always your fault that your grass isn't very green. I'll say very green. I also would like to know whose yard that big tree is in that is blocking all of the shade, or that's I'm not blocking the shade, but preventing her grass or turning her grass brown because of the shade. I want to know who owns that tree. Where is that tree located, and who's responsible for cutting that down? And I think one more thing that I would do is when I did go back to court, I would have all of these people's yards who's jacked up that we just saw, that the news people got. I would take that into court with me to show that I'm being singled out for whatever reason.
Find out when was my court date.
The judge signed an order holding Green in contempt of court and issued a warrant for her arrest at the HOA attorney's request.
It is pretty extreme. It certainly is, yeah.
We asked Stetson law professor Paul Boudreau what he makes of this case.
I think it's pretty rare in a civil case for someone to have a contempt order.
Green was pulled over by a sheriff's deputy in late May after picking up her 15-year-old daughter from cheerleading practice.
When I got out, he said, Ms. Green, do you know that you have a warrant for your arrest?
She was taken to the Orient.
Now, Miss Green, you should have known that because they don't tell you. Look, I'm just telling everybody in case you don't know. If the police ever stop you and they say, ma'am, could you step out the car? They're getting ready to arrest you. So, Miss Green, I don't know why you didn't know that. So, Casino Lady says, I know an HOA which does not allow you to have two different textures on your house and garage, i.e. paint on the garage, and siding on the house. Let me not say, I knew somebody, and I know this lady me and her daughter were really good friends, and this woman really stepped in and checked on me and everything when my mom passed. But one thing I didn't like is that she had got her siding, instead of replacing the siding, she got it painted, repainted, which that was cool. That wasn't a problem. The house was one color, and I don't want to be too descriptive, but the shutters were the opposite color of the house. Well, next thing you know, the shutters get she, like I said, they painted the house, and then they painted the shutters. So the shutters were now we have the house and the shutters the same color, and that just did not look right. Would I want her to be kicked out or arrested for it? No. But I just think people should be able to do what they want with their own property. Now, I'm not saying have it looking like the Sanford, I'm not saying that, but I just don't want to live somewhere where somebody's going to tell me how and what time to do things. And plus, where I used to live, if your grass got too high, the city came by and fined you anyway. So they would put a fine, and that fine would accumulate, I think, daily. CJ says at Dimples Wimples, yeah, that's crazy. Some are now telling people their family can only visit for two, wait a minute, can visit for 2 weeks in a year. One article I read, an HOA towed the daughter's car home from college. Crazy. Wow. See, I don't want to live somewhere where you are. I saw a Ring doorbell where this guy was going over to his neighbor's house, and he was complaining because her security cameras, he said, they faced his house, and his kids' bedrooms are the way they face, and he was concerned about that. She said, my cameras back there, do they fake, they are in my backyard, they are showing my pool in the backyard, they are not showing your house or your kids' windows. He wanted her to take them down, and he said he was going to call the police on her. I don't know how that worked out for him, but I'm sure it didn't work out too good. Hey, Miss Nisi, Raydella Lewis. Hey, Starfish and Coffee. Starfish and Coffee says we don't have them over here, only if you have government housing. Michi 3 said, I'm so glad we don't have an HOA, but the houses behind us does. Some builder though. Let me see who else came in. Okay, I got everybody.
Road jail.
If they got you handcuffed behind your back?
Yes, I'm treated like a criminal.
At the jail, she got more bad news.
There was no bond, so I couldn't even go home to my family. I sat in there for 7 days, 7 days in the jailhouse, like a criminal.
To be incarcerated without bond is certainly an extreme measure and is pretty rare.
Now there's a mugshot of you right now.
Yep.
How did that make you feel, just to be put in those orange clothes?
It makes me feel horrible. Like I work hard, I work hard to buy this home, for me and my kids in a better neighborhood and environment, and to be taken to jail and to be treated like that for brown grass at my own home, like it's horrible.
David Lair is a Palm Beach attorney who represents homeowners in cases against HOAs. His law partner wrote the best-selling book, Bad HOA.
You have an HOA who was quick to go after her and to use the full force that they're entitled to.
Have you ever heard of it getting to this point where someone actually goes to jail?
I have not seen that.
Look at there. He hasn't seen that, and this man wrote a book, my goodness. Baba Lady says, no bond. I know you fucking lying. Now, this woman who is guilty of having her grass be brown and forgetting or not knowing when her next court date was, they treated her like a common criminal. Okay? Nesto, who's got 19 cycles, a RICO, 39 count RICO, he complaining because his bond is unachievable. I mean, go figure. Go figure. Them folks that being jailed could cost her job, then how would she pay for her home? Right. See, people don't take that kind of foolishness into consideration when they act like this. Because I think this was really a punk ass move on the HOA's part. Hey, Jet Black Straight.
To be clear, the association does not have the power to put you in jail. Certain other events intervened. Certainly, the judge had the right to do it. I think perhaps there could be more lenient remedies.
Green's sister-in-law, who is a paralegal, filed a petition 6 days after she was incarcerated, requesting an emergency hearing.
And I went to court, and I had to be shackled from my hands to my feet.
And you're there in civil county court, right?
Yeah.
You're the only one wearing orange, right?
Yeah, the only one.
Green's relatives sent pictures of the yard and
No shade, but what took the sister-in-law? It took her 6 days. She got out on us. Okay, it's just me. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. Michi3 said for some brown grass. The hell? Dimples Wimple said also a lot of HOA neighborhoods buy the mineral rights to your property, which is effed up. Okay, that I did not know. I didn't know that. My Reddit says this sounds personal. Brown grass, so sad. Mary Willis said, OMG, 6 days. That's what I'm saying. What she was doing.
and other evidence to the judge, a different one than the judge who issued the arrest warrant. Green says an attorney for the HOA opposed her release.
He says,
you got to be kidding me.
It hasn't been recited.
Y'all know I watch these stories, and here again, sometimes I quit. And this was a story I quit on because are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Yard needs to be recited. And she's like, not from those pictures that I see. She's like, no, I want her released immediately.
So you were going to sit in jail while they recited your yard?
He wanted me to continue to sit in jail and not come home to my family.
Green was released on the judge's order.
I'm Adam. I'm with ABC Action News.
We caught up with Creekview HOA attorney Francis Frischia, the one who asked for the arrest warrant outside his office.
Do you think that was kind of harsh to have her spend 5 days or 7 days, I believe, in jail?
I have no comment, but I'll email you on that.
He emailed us a statement saying in part, quote, Ms. Green received notices of violations. She disregarded them. Ms. Green failed to show up in court on August 19th. Her failure to abide by the court's instruction led to the arrest warrant being issued. We called and left a business card at the Creekview HOA president's home, and we called and emailed the HOA's property management company, which issued the violations. We didn't hear back from either. Legal experts say there are lessons to be learned.
Sometimes they act in a petty manner, but if they decide that you need to do something, you need to follow the rules. And when a judge tells you to do something, you have to do it.
I think that they have way too much power. I mean, I never heard of anything like this in my life.
I'm My Team investigator Adam Walser with photojournalist Matt McGlashan, taking action for you.
Wild story there. The HOA board recently hired a new property management company to enforce its regulations, which started last month.
Okay, that's the end of that story. But wait, there's more. Now, coffee is brewing. How are you doing? Zen Soul, how are you doing? I want to read your comment. Zen Soul says, this is in Florida. I am so sorry, Bible lady. I'm curious on the demographics of her neighborhood. I heard a lady said, let me see. A lady said something like that too. Okay, a lady said it could be racism, and she also said they wanted her out, and I bet someone on the HOA knew the judge. Now, I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with some of that too, especially the part of knowing the judge, because this was just handled all too tidy to be a I would think HOA is, I mean, I think this is like a civil type of situation. And I just think this had too much of some good wrapping paper and a bow on top of it for, the way it went. So, hey there, Miss Boogie Down is here. So Southside Chi-Town said I would move. Now, this woman, she was on her way when she got arrested. She was on her way to pick her kids up. So, You know, I don't, and I didn't hear her speak on a husband, so she might be a single mom. And, you know, everybody can't move. Everybody can't move. Everybody can't just jump into a new house either. I mean, I know when mine burnt down, I just never, in the way my insurance company took me, they didn't take me. They just, oh, yeah, that's a whole different life. But anyway, so now y'all are asking some good questions about this situation. They are very good questions, but I'm gonna show you something else that's gonna answer your own questions for you. We are, let me stop sharing this because I gotta fix this video. Um, Oh no, it didn't make me fix it. Okay, let me pull it up. So I'm getting ready to answer y'all's questions for you with another video. And it just so happens that this video is happening in the same neighborhood down the street from where the lady who just got out of jail, who spent 7 days in jail for brown grass. Okay. We are just down the street from this lady. Listen and watch this new um, person who's being harassed by the HOA. Bible lady said, when did this happen? This about 2 weeks ago. Wait a minute. Let me look. Let me see when this one happened. So this one was July the 8th. So this happened. Okay, so I will say the beginning of July or so. This happened. So this is 2025. Now, I'm not talking about July 2023 or anything. We're in the year 2025. But this happened in the beginning of July. And this one right here we're getting ready to watch is being reported on the 18th. So, Siri Colette, hello, hello. Did I say hi to you, Miss Boogie Down? I saw you and I think I did, but I'm not sure. Okay, here we go, y'all. And now I really want to see y'all's comments.
Investigator Adam Walser, we previously reported how a woman who lives in this neighborhood was thrown in jail for 7 days of her HOA violations. Now we're hearing from other neighbors who say they faced fines, legal fees, and even foreclosure over violating HOA.
This is Creekview, y'all. Creekview, same place. This woman is just down the street. Just down the street.
Rules.
Our president lives here, and then this young lady's on the board.
Shauna Cruz Munoz says the Creekview HOA, where she owns a home, has lots of rules about everything from putting away trash cans to maintaining.
I was getting ready to look, but I don't want to pull the video and get it out of, okay, 7 days. Okay, where is, okay, the other lady was in the Hillsborough jail. So is that Texas or Florida? Hillsborough. And, okay, so that's where that is. But instead, now this lady right here, she doesn't get arrested. She is facing foreclosure, and just wait until you see how they came up with that foreclosure. Black but not bitter says, I think it's Riverview, Florida. Yeah, because I think Zen Soul was saying, or yeah, I think it was Zen Soul that was saying that this was Florida. So okay, here's Hill. Okay, Michi 3 says, okay, but you know what? Okay, let me say this. It is not bro. Okay, I can't get the two pronounced. There's borough and borough. Y'all get me? So I don't know if that one is Texas or okay. We have one too. Okay, so I don't know where we are. We either in Texas or Florida. I'll say that much. Okay. Dimples Wimple said they have a hill, Borough County, Florida, in Tampa. So that wherever Hillsborough County Jail is where this is. Okay, so this must. Okay, I think we're in Florida. All right, now let me go back up and play it.
Lawns.
This is some grass there.
Yes.
The HOA board hired a property manager, Ron Trowbridge of the Trowbridge Company, and a law firm, Tricia and Ross, to implement 67 pages of covenants, conditions, and restrictions. Neighbors say Trowbridge aggressively enforced those rules.
He would ride through here really slow in his truck. He had his clipboard on his lap, and if he was going to write you up, he'll stop right there in front of your house.
We got a violation on a Sunday for having a toy wagon outside.
This is what they were showing in court, like pictures
Yeah.
of
Irina Green received notices for dead grass, dents in her garage door, a dirty mailbox, and having a commercial van. The HOA sued her, and she was arrested for failing to show up for a court hearing to prove she corrected the violations.
There was no bond, so I couldn't even go home to my family.
Wait a minute. So it wasn't. See, now he's saying that she didn't show up to court, which is a failure to appear. But the big importance of her for showing up to court wasn't so much so because you had a court date. I think the judge was more concerned that she didn't show up to prove that she fixed the violations. And so let's say she did show up on that scheduled date and hadn't improved anything because maybe she just couldn't afford to. Something else happened. Let's just say, would the judge have still put her in jail and not let her out, keep her in there and not want to let her out? Would he still do that? Because I'm interested in knowing. There's a lot of things I want to know right about now. Black but Not Bitter said that law firm there is in Tampa. Okay. Yes, and so another black family. This is horrible.
I sat in there for 7 days. 7 days in the jailhouse, like a criminal.
A neighbor who wouldn't go on camera told us Trowbridge demanded that he replace his sod 3 times in 2 years. HOA attorney David Lair says appointing third parties to enforce rules can bring down morale.
If there's a situation where the board is really hitting the keys to the property manager, I think that's where you tend to run into problems because you're not dealing with someone who lives there, who's a neighbor, who maybe really understands the people who live there in the community.
It was like he was running the show.
Shauna says she was involved in a years-long battle with Trowbridge over her home's exterior paint.
And he painted this house how many times?
Now, this one I did watch until the end, but as I'm watching it, I thought, they harassed her so much and she's had to keep on repainting stuff on her house that she's losing her house. And that might be what some of y'all are thinking too. But keep on listening. Hey, Mons. Nikki G said Legacy, she did have a fee hardships. That's exactly. I mean, to me, there could be a lot of things and a lot of reasons why something may not be corrected. But this lady, she didn't say she had fee hardships. This one right here, Bible lady said, just like some of my bitches drove around and saw the dead grass, etc., they could drive by to see the improvements. Right.
3 times since 2015.
Wow, I don't think anybody around
Nobody
here
paints their house that many times.
Shauna says it started shortly after she moved in.
I got a first notification that the side of my house had some fading. And all it said was, I needed to touch up the faded spots. So I did.
Here's video of her son, a contractor, painting her home. Shauna says she sent Trowbridge proof she repainted and thought her issue was resolved.
And then maybe 7 months later, I get served.
She got notice of a lawsuit which said, quote, the home appears to have been partially painted. However, the painting of the home was not ever completed. The paint is badly faded on the sides and rear.
I'm calling, nobody returns my call. I email, probably the 4th email in, I got somebody that replied back and said, oh, we see that you painted the house, but you need to touch up some more things on the driveway.
Shauna says she repainted the rest of the house and notified Trowbridge.
Some more months went by, I didn't hear anything, and then all of a sudden I start getting all these letters in the mail that say, hey, let us help you with your foreclosure. And I'm like, What foreclosure? I call my bank. They're like, nope, we don't have anything. And I'm like, what is it? Can't possibly understand. Find out it's the HOA. They had put a lien on my house.
And you didn't know?
I didn't know anything about it.
She emailed Trowbridge and he responded, quote, "We know nothing of a message or foreclosure. A lawsuit has been filed against you by the HOA. You should
see, now we got games going on. We got passing the buck back and forth. We've got Trowbridge. The bank says, oh, you need to call, this Trowbridge people, because we not foreclosing your house. So she calls Trowbridge, the law office, and Ron Trowbridge says, oh no, you got to call the HOA, and then they just sending her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's ridiculous. Mary Willis says they can put a lien on your house. Oh, that's a question. She says they can put a lien on your house. Yeah, for this attorney's fees, for letters that he sent out, for this HOA. And if they've already notified her about her house. And then they want to say, oh, well, it still looks faded. And by the way, your driveway is faded too. It's the hypocrisy for me. It's the hypocrisy. Mom said this is some bullshit. CJ said they also have you pay their lawyer fees for sending you letters on their fines. So they get you coming and going. Bible Lady says someone in that HOA is a caiatus with the court. You know what? Not caiatus with the court. I personally think now this particular woman, I think the HOA president lives like 2 doors down, and a niece that is related, or somebody related, lives across the street, and then somebody else, a board member on the other. So she's surrounded by HOA people, who are in some capacity deals with the HOA. And I'm not so sure. They probably just don't want this black woman around them. It's just me saying that. No one else said that. Them folks says this is ridiculous. They should have told her to paint the entire home and not use touch up in that language. This is some bullshit, because you know what? When you tell me touch up is just that, touch up. Cahoots. That word was cahoots. Okay, cahoots. Cahoots. I'm a lady. Jet Blackstreet said they want her house. Well, my question is was it faded? Like them other people who live there, did they have to paint it? Was it faded while they lived there? It just got faded while it was empty, or before? I make it make sense. Miss Boogie Down said, I have an HOA. By law, they can't put a lien on your home unless it is in the bylaws, but they can fine you and they can sue for the fees and back payment. Mimi says our HOA collected pool fees last year and kept the pool closed. Oh my goodness. They had a different excuse every week. Wow. And CJ says in Florida, an HOA and tow company were bought up on RICO charges because someone on the HOA was related to someone who owned a tow company. They would tow cars for small infractions. Wow. Okay.
Respond as instructed in the lawsuit. Your communication regarding this matter must be with the attorney, not the HOA office. The foreclosure action was for the HOA's attorney's bills. You're in a situation where they're trying to take your house over legal fees.
Right. Well, they were going to put a lien on it.
And if you didn't respond, that could eventually end up at the courthouse steps, right?
Oh, at the courthouse steps. And then they would, every time they go down to do something, they just add another fee on it, because as of December, it was only like $4,100. By the time we were done, it was at $5,100.
We emailed and called Trowbridge, but he didn't respond.
This is Adam Walsh.
We also called and dropped by the HOA president's home. but didn't hear back from him either.
I'm Adam. I'm with ABC Action News.
Attorney Francis Frischia, whose firm sued Shauna, also filed a foreclosure lawsuit against Irina Green, alleging she was behind on her $65 a month HOA dues. Green responded in a court filing that she lost her job, was caring for her sick mother, and sent a wire payment to pay her delinquent HOA.
Now this is a shame. This woman lost her job. She's caring for her sick mother, and then she's got to be worried about. No wonder she used the sister-in-law to draw up something to get her out. She can't afford. This is a shame. So that's what you were talking about when you said she had some hardships. I knew, it can't be easy for her. She's a single mom. She's got kids. She's got a home. It's not easy doing it with one and a family. Then, it's hard for people doing it with two in a family. But one lady, a family, and then she's taking care of her sick mother. That's just terrible.
HOA dues. Green said she tried to pay the rest of her $780 a year dues, but couldn't.
My third year, they locked me out of the account, and I was reaching out to them. And if you contact Trowbridge, the company, they always send you straight to the answer machine, the voicemail.
A court filing in February showed she owed $12,295. Of that, $9,400 represented legal fees. We recently asked HOA attorney Francis Frischia, who also sued Green over her HOA violations, about the foreclosure case.
Are you still foreclosing on her?
I don't know.
Look, I'm surprised he didn't say email me. And then, his answer would be yes, because this is the kind of time he's on. Jet Blackstrait said, where I'm at, they definitely call out the homes that have past dues. And I can understand it for past dues. But, this trivia, I don't know. I just don't want to see, I hate to see anybody lose their home. And for some trivia mess like this, I know it might not be trivia to others, but you really want to see this lady homeless. Is that what you want? You really want to see her homeless? So I just don't, I think it's sad.
You don't know? All right.
Look. First, this attorney, he probably don't have any other clients but HOAs and things like that. He don't look like he's all that with it.
If she has paid assessments because she hasn't paid her homeowner's assessments, then she has a legal obligation to pay those. So yeah, she'll be foreclosed.
A lot of those, I think, were legal fees involving this case, were they not? Or
Don't know.
you don't know? Thank you, sir.
He later wrote in an email, quote, "The fees and costs awarded in the enforcement action are not a part of the assessment foreclosure suit." His law firm canceled a hearing on her foreclosure days after her arrest.
Kind of put in for that day to be canceled at this moment in time.
Do you think they're still going to try to take your home here?
I would be interested to know if this judge or his bailiff or someone that the judge is friends with, if he's not friends with someone who lives there. There's got to be some kind of relation or something for this judge to ride this hard. It's just got to be. Hey, Muffin 218.
I'm not sure.
Green owes at least $3,300 in additional legal fees for that HOA case. Shauna agreed to settle her foreclosure lawsuit by paying Frischia's fees in monthly installments.
If you go to court, he's just going to keep tacking on because he, every time he has to say anything, be anywhere, file any paperwork, who knows how high this could have gone.
Hundreds.
But wait, didn't I tell y'all he wasn't going to answer that report, and then he was going to email him. I told y'all.
Of dollars an hour.
Hundreds of dollars an hour, absolutely.
My team investigator Adam Walser with photojournalist Matt McGlashan taking action for you.
Okay. That is that. I wanted to show that because I wanted to show. Wait a minute. I wanted to show because I honestly do believe that it is some sort of racism. I really do. I don't think it's just a matter of, the one lady, she, her grass was brown. She's back in her. Yeah. I mean, she had a lot of things going on, but that's still, to have her arrested, I'm sorry. That doesn't work for me. It does not work for me at all. And then this other lady, we need you to paint this because this side is lighter than that side. Oh, well, now you need to do the whole thing. Oh, by the way, your driveway, and oh, you owe us this fee, and oh, you owe we sent you a letter. You owe me. Now listen, let me tell y'all something. Nesto thinks, and Sonya keep talking. What did he do? How he go through that $35,000? Well, look, this HOA attorney, all he's doing is sending out letters. He ain't even going to visit anybody. He's just sending out letters, and maybe he'll appear in court and maybe not. And this man, look at how many thousands of dollars that he's getting. So come on now. If the HOA attorney is getting this kind of money, what do you think a criminal defense attorney is getting? Jet Black straight said at a lady, yep, or complain when the HOA actually doing what they are being paid to do. They complain in the Facebook groups. Are there Facebook groups for neighborhoods who belong at in HOAs? I didn't know. I know they got a group for everything on Facebook, but I didn't know that. Bible lady said, that just angered the fluck out of me. Mimi said, yes, something ain't right. Rakia said she better call Crump. She better call Crump. Jet Black Straight said, out of line. I'm going to keep up with that because I'm curious to know how it's settled. I just want to know um, who's related to somebody or friends with somebody in the courthouse, because I just don't think that this would just fly. I don't think it will fly. Rakia, and let me tell you, the NAACP, I don't. They wouldn't do anything. I'm not a fan of those people. I'm just not. Jet Black Straight said, where I live, we have an unofficial group, but it's not the HOA, but people go there to complain when they get fines. It's a Facebook group for everything. A lady said, absolutely, we have a Facebook group. Okay, y'all, this next thing we are going to get into, this is a body cam slash arrest slash interrogation slash self snitching. I should have put some of that in the title. I think I'll reword it. So it's a lot going on in this video, but my main concern is the people breaking the law, but it's also their family that I have a problem with. So in addition to the people who are breaking the law, it's their family. Oh, and by the way, now y'all remember a few minutes ago I was telling y'all I saw a Ring doorbell camera where a guy knocked on his neighbor's door complaining about the way her cameras were positioned. She says, no, them cameras are positioned in my backyard and all that. He wanted to, I forgot to finish that story. He wanted to come in and see. And she's like, I don't know you. I'm not letting you in my house. Which, I mean, it's really a shame when you don't know who's next door to you and you live in a housing area. But then he was talking about, well, my kids, and she's like, you shouldn't have moved into this community anyway. This is a 55 and older community. Why would you bring your 60-year-old ass with your kids to this neighborhood? And I kind of agreed with her. If I didn't know him, I wouldn't let him in my house to see where my cameras are pointing. I might not have let him in my house to see where my cameras were pointing if I knew him. Because it ain't his business. And you ain't going to come at me like that because you moved into a retirement community with children. My next question is, why was this allowed? So I began on wondering, well, if he's up there in age, are these grandchildren? But you can't go by that because people are having children older and older nowadays. So you can't go by any of that. So anyway, on to this out of order people, we're going to look at this. And like I said, it's an interrogation. It is all kinds of things. And it's very interesting. It's very interesting. I will tell you, there are no babies in here, and no baby whose mother and infant is going to be unalived because the police don't know how to aim or have sense enough to use tasers. So you don't have to worry about any of that. So here, let me pull it up and we'll get into it. And this is being brought to us by Explore With Us Body Cam, also known as EWU. Is it EW? Yeah, EW Explorer. Okay. Yeah, EWU Body Cam. Let's go.
Just bumping, bruh.
Like, just like bumping?
Yeah, just bumping.
This is the part of self-snitching I'm talking about. These young juveniles are committing a crime, and not only are they recording their crimes, but they're uploading it to their Instagram accounts. And no, I'll let y'all see this part.
Hey, brother, you doing okay?
No, he ain't okay.
In the early morning hours of May 29th, 2024.
Before we get into this, can I say something, y'all? Y'all know I happened to go over there to the Fat Mouse, and why was the Fat Mouse, and by coincidence, was showing a body cam that I intend to show over here, okay? Now, I know when I show it, she gonna be trying to sit up and say, oh, she's just showing that because of me, because she's a fat mouse, okay? But yes, since when does this have us show body cams? And not only was she showing a body, see, first, she did it with Native in the scam fish. Now, all of a sudden, we doing body cams, okay? And I don't think she gave any commentary. You know, I didn't watch that to see. But yeah, them folks said the Fat Mouse needs content desperately. Hey, Rossi, how are you? Yeah. Yeah, so don't you never come over talking about folks is they just trying to steal content. Because since when have you started doing body cams, ma'am? Since when? So yeah, she was over there showing body cam. Yeah, I saw her what is it? Not I was gonna say canicolon. It's not canicolon. It's silky. Her silk press with her silky straight ponytail, with her child. Let me shut up. But how insultive is her friend? Her friend says, um, uh, so was it hard getting all that stuff down? So basically, what she's saying to you is, your hair is nappy. That's what she was saying. Black but not bitter. I got that body cam. I started sending that to you last night. The one you just sent me about the that case, because that I do want to show that. Rossi said, "I'm here in the bushes." Okay, Rossi. My Retta said, "IS is a sad individual." Yeah. So not only does her friend insult her by pretty much telling her hair nappy, then she turns around, tells her, because I guess she got a date or something with her young man, you know, ever so faithfully, you know, agreeing with the term the Bible lady that she's been given, because after all, I am the Bible lady. Meanwhile, you don't know how to read them. You don't know how to read the Bible. And on top of that, you don't know what's in it, because if you did, you wouldn't be going out with this man who likes your body, as you say, because you still married. Okay. So I just want to say that. Black but not bitter said, girl, that was insane. It was. But I wasn't surprised because I was familiar with that case. Alicia, Philly girl, hey, how are you doing? Dimples Wimples said she had a date with a buffet table, not a man. She probably did. So, like I said, you know, her friend told her her hair was nappy in so many words. Then she said, you need to make sure you pull them girls up. So not only is she trying to low key tell you, uh, your hair nappy, She is low-key telling you, and your titty saggy. Okay, that's what she's doing. But you don't have sense enough. You too busy worried about what me, V, and Native Tribe Urban Media are doing, okay? And not what your own friend is doing to you. But that's okay. Them folks said nobody is asking her to back up that coochie. I don't believe it. Black but not bitter said it will look like a rat's nest by Wednesday. I know it will. I know it. Wednesday. You giving her till Wednesday? I'm gonna give her Tuesday. I'm gonna give her Monday night, and that mess will be, especially if she go around anywhere else in that sweater dress and sweater, buttoned up with that button that was just like breathing for dear life, like that button, that button. Help me. That's what that button was saying. Help me. Them folks said she doesn't wrap it up. She just sleeps with it raw. That's why her. Now, them folks, for a minute there, I had to just like shake my head to get a picture out because you said sleeps with it raw. We're talking about her hair or Dennis. Anyway, I'm gonna show this body cam slash self-snitching video slash people need to teach their children to do better.
A cyclist is murdered in a brutal hit and run. With no leads, the case goes cold until a shocking video of the incident surfaces on Instagram, posted by an 11-year-old child. What it reveals leaves investigators in shock, forcing them to confront some of the youngest violent offenders ever encountered.
Look where I hit her.
Now, this video might have to be removed for, tonight because YouTube, I know, is going to give me grief. And I already had thought about that before. But I said, we just going to see.
Her whole face went boom.
The following is based on official police records, and most of the footage has never been seen before. Please note that all persons charged with a crime are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. It's around 4:40 a.m. when Albuquerque, New Mexico dispatchers receive a 911 call from a woman on her way to work.
911 emergency.
Hi, I'm headed to work and someone got hit on a bicycle. It's a lady. She's on the side of the road.
Did a vehicle hit her?
I'm not too sure. I just kind of was coming southbound. I was going to work and I saw the bike. It's in the middle of the road and she's on the side of the road.
Is she moving at all?
No, I don't know. Okay. She's kind of facing the other way. I don't know if she's okay. She looks like she would be okay because she's kind of like curled up a little bit. I just really don't want to like get out and look at her though,
Yeah, no, I understand. Does the bike look like it got damaged?
Yeah, the bike is mangled. Like it's pretty twisted up.
Though the
This is the last thing I'm gonna say on that lady, but Temples Wimples, she wearing that prom dress on her day. See that prom dress she had on? Big old bow on the seat.
The caller first described the victim as female. Police arrived to find an older male lying in the street, and it's clear his injuries are severe.
You didn't see what happened? No, I actually here first. She just came.
Hey, brother, you doing okay?
No, he ain't okay. He ain't okay.
And there was a part we've got now. This time we have a black screen up because it's the body. They're not gonna let us see that on YouTube. But I will say, bless this lady's heart. She was really trying to help. She just wanted to help. And the poor lady, she felt like, well, he's by himself, and she didn't want him to be by himself. And so I felt bad because the lady, she meant well, but she was in the police. She was in their way.
They got cameras right there. So
He's bleeding pretty good out of his head.
I'm gonna go try and block out that side of the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, I passed through there about 10 minutes ago.
And by the way, I do want to make mention that this happened on May the 29th in 2024. So we're in 2024 with this.
Then she came and then he came.
Okay, so you didn't see what happened on that? You just kind of saw them?
The bike in the road. Oh, look. You got that right there. Okay. So whoever did this, and that's how I knew somebody was here, because I was like,
Yeah, like the bike kind of laying over.
Yeah, and then I hope he make it, man.
Yeah. So none of you guys saw what happened? You just drove up on him? Subject's unconscious. He's breathing but not responding. Thank God he had this helmet on. He's breathing, but he doesn't respond really well.
An employee badge found in the male's belongings identifies him as 63-year-old Scott Habermel, who is urgently rushed to the hospital for life-saving treatments. Meanwhile, officers began surveying the scene in an attempt to piece together what may have happened.
I think it might have happened over here, because I saw the shoes behind that guy that stopped, his shoes up over there. Jesus, man, he must have gotten nailed. God damn, I know.
I know that getting FOIAs and getting this information might be semi-new to a lot of police officers. I mean, it shouldn't be, but I think it is. But having said that, they need to know what to say on these body cams, because nobody wants to be in court for what has happened to their loved one and hear the officers reacting and speaking the way that they are.
These bikes aren't made to take impacts to the pole. Yeah, but I mean, like, he's throwing his shoes that far? Yeah, like this one's back over here. I don't know where. I mean, there's like this tread mark, but that doesn't look new. It's like this one kind of. So it almost looked like he could have gotten like T-boned it, clipped the back and just threw him, because that's just a weird. Just the way it happened is looks really weird.
The way that back tire broke, I bet he got rear-ended.
Oh, crap, man. I mean, it broke like the entire rim. Well, I think it's just plastic, though. Oh, that's metal. That's straight up metal.
These bikes are made to be.
I don't think it was required to give him aid. I think he was gone by the time the police got there. But, they still could speak a little bit, better, a little bit better on these,
He's so light.
Yeah.
He's such light.
Oh, yeah, that's just straight up metal.
They're like racing.
Yeah, the accomplishments.
Police note the bicycle was equipped with 2 rear-facing flashing red lights and 2 forward-facing lights. Scott would have been visible despite it being dark outside, as they can.
I mean, just imagine the front tires and the back tires are completely bent. Just imagine.
Continue to comb the streets, they find more scattered evidence.
Yeah, there's a little bit right here. I wonder if it happened maybe more back here and just flung him.
Muffin 218 says they filter in court for the family members. I don't know how that would work, because in order for being a juror, I want to see not only do I want to hear what the officers are saying, I need everything, because you don't know what the defense is going to be, what the defense is going to say, what they're going to come up with. So the only time these body cams are edited is probably when people like us are going to be looking at them. And the one that we saw last week, or the week before last, whenever that was, when they unalived the lady and her infant daughter, that, to me, I think the content creator probably grouped them all together, of course, and then we knew what was about to happen, and we knew what happened. We just didn't see her when she was on the ground, because they put the screen up. But they don't do that in court. They're not going to do that. They're not going to, because you need to know what was said, because the defense could say, well, the police officers moved something. That's why they're not allowed to turn their body cams off. They're not supposed to, because if you turn the body cam off, then I don't know what was said. Why'd you need to turn it off? So they have to show whatever the video is. Let me see. Hey, Mai Tai. Hey, Tony. Tony says, when I was a policeman, I don't know if I believe that, there were no body cams. Thank God. See what I mean? This is case in point right here.
I mean, there's like a hat right here. I don't know, man. Because I'm wondering if it happened back here then. Depends on how fast she was going in the car. It could just been like, the kinetic energy just taking both of them. So there's other chunks of the helmet kind of by Andrew's car. Piece of the visor, and then a little chunk like in the middle of the intersection right there. So I'm wondering if he kind of got hit like at that intersection or in that area.
There's a chunk of his helmet over here.
Officers begin searching for local surveillance cameras that might give much-needed answers. One such camera is pointed directly at the intersection, but when they knock on the homeowner's door, they receive no response. It's a disappointing setback, but a later call to the Albuquerque Police Department sheds new light on the situation.
Police Department Operator 4187, how can I help you?
Yes, this morning I reported a
Albuquerque. So we're in Mexico, right? New Mexico? I'm thinking Albuquerque.
hit and run on a bicyclist, and I actually have some more information. I was able to pull some video footage from the church that I work at, and we actually saw him getting hit, but it's a little grainy, but it might be helpful.
Scott's bicycle light flashes between the trees just as the bright headlights of an approaching vehicle begin to close in. While it's difficult to see, the sound of the impact is unmistakable. Additional cameras capture the car speeding through the neighborhood, but the footage is too grainy to make out a license plate or even identify the make or model. At 7:25 a.m., just hours after the incident, a suspicious vehicle was found abandoned half a mile from the crime scene. One window is shattered, the ignition is visibly damaged, and the car, a silver Hyundai sedan, had been reported stolen. Damage to the exterior was found to be consistent with crashing into an unfixed object. Officers at the scene speak with the homeowner whose cameras face the intersection. He confirms they weren't recording.
He was unconscious.
They can, I know them folks. Them folks said they can edit what's released in a FOIA depending on the laws in the state. And I know, because that was the most painstaking thing I had to do, is I had to watch, I got, some jail visits, and I had to watch them just to make sure, what was being said, in case there was something like a phone number or something I needed to take out. So yeah, I know that you, like, as a content creator and stuff, I can edit, but as the police department in this case is going to trial, they can't edit that, because the judge, the prosecutor, everybody needs to see what happened and not an edited version of what happened. So yeah, I understand that. Us editing. Hey, Sheena, how are you doing? I think that's everybody.
Conscious when we got here, but I mean, he was wearing a helmet, so if he lives, it's going to be because of that. He was still bleeding pretty good, but hopefully.
Unfortunately, the injuries were fatal.
Okay, so now, y'all, I thought that he was already deceased. I guess maybe I thought that because I've seen the whole video, but so yeah, that's why the lady was so upset. She wanted to, just because he was out there alone, and she wanted him to be comforted. So, like I said, bless her heart. Hey, life ain't over, minding business.
63-year-old Scott Habermel sustained a skull fracture as well as multiple facial fractures, and the cause of death was listed as multiple blunt force injuries, and the manner of death was ruled an accident. Scott was a physicist with a PhD, and investigators learned he was on his way to work when the tragedy struck. With no witnesses to the crash itself, grainy footage, and no solid leads, Scott's case is closed on September 24, 2024, pending new leads.
This is what I don't understand, why this was closed. I mean, what's your hurry, Albuquerque? There's no way that you can believe that this was an accident in the beginning. I don't know how they came to that conclusion, because you got to figure, we may not have seen Scott laying down there on the ground. We know his helmet was on the corner and his body was somewhere. We know all that. But one thing we cannot, even though we didn't see the body, we didn't see all the evidence, one thing we did was we heard that thud from when that church, the evidence came in from the church. We heard that thud. If we heard that thud that loud, then the people who um, did the hit and run, they heard that thud too. And in addition to them hearing, for the helmet to go one way, the shoes to go another way, his body to go another way, they had to see all this. So it's not like they went and didn't see, didn't hear nothing, you know. So why this is closed on an accident, ruled an accident, I don't know, because that ain't no accident. Zen Soul said stolen car. Well, yeah, it is stolen. The car is stolen. But for them to just close it like that, I mean, come on, Albuquerque. Bible lady said, "How in the hell did his bike accidentally get mangled?" Right, and the bike is mangled. So you're saying this was an accidental hit and run? Even if it was an accident, don't we still have a crime because the people who hit him was not there on scene when y'all got there? So that's still a crime.
And until 9 months later, in February of 2025, that an anonymous tip reignites the case and changes everything.
So, like I said, that was May 2024. We are now in 2025 when a case, this closed case, this case that they were so quick to close, they got a tip, an anonymous tip.
The tip leads investigators to an Instagram account where a video of the fatal crash was uploaded, filmed from inside the stolen car. In a shocking discovery, the account is owned by an 11-year-old child named Messiah.
Yes, you've heard that, people. 11-year-old Messiah. I think everyone involved in this case was under 16. And don't worry, you're going to see some more stuff. Now, no, we're not going to see nobody else, be unalive, but we're going to see some more stuff.
Man, pull up. As investigators begin diving into his account, they find videos documenting a variety of crimes, from pranks targeting fast food workers to a variety of thefts, including one video showing Messiah stealing a Ring camera from a residence.
Coincidentally, I actually have that video where Messiah is stealing these folks' Ring camera. Okay.
Hey, yo, we stole your Ring camera. Yo, we got your boys.
But these videos barely scratch the surface of the deeply disturbing material they would uncover.
Got that Glocky.
You haven't been when me and your car was
Yo, they're literally on fire.
Dude, we just got free pizza. That's awesome.
Yo, we smoked tequila. Oh, someone shot at it? Do it again! Do it again! Do it again!
Messiah's Instagram records.
Now, see here, they done stole somebody else's vehicle and done rammed it into somebody's business. You see this? But all of these crimes, with the exception of the Ring doorbell, has taken place at night. Where are the parents at? Why is your 11-year-old child not at home? And I know this can't be Messiah's first rodeo. He's just 11. He lives with his uncle. So let's say Messiah is sneaking out the house. Messiah is 11. He should be the first one to go to bed and the first one up in the morning. Well, the adults might get up first. So Messiah should not. There should be no circumstances where Messiah is able to sneak out the house. And like I said, this don't look like it's Messiah's first rodeo. So he's been in trouble before. And after all, he's living with the uncle, not his mama or his daddy, or even his grandmama. He's living with the uncle. So this should tell you it's some stuff going on in this family. Jim folks said uncle probably works the graveyard ship. I was getting ready to say graveyard shit. The graveyard ship. Okay, them folks. I'll work with you on that. But here, when we get to it, I'm gonna tell you why I'm not buying that the uncle's hands are so clean either. Maybe not in these crimes, but in some kind of crime. Hey, keeping the faith. How you doing? Justin's mom said my nephews did that. This year, 15 and 12. 15 and 12. But this is now the 15 and 12-year-old nephews who did this. Are they brothers? Because these kids ain't none of them related to anybody. And if you could if you look correctly, I mean, not correctly, if you look closely, when he was stealing that Ring camera, those were older people with him. They were not children. So it's got me wondering.
Also contained screenshots of multiple people reporting the thefts, with one complaining about the lack of intervention from police. In the video depicting Scott's fatal crash, 11-year-old Messiah can be seen in the front passenger seat, waving a gun. Two others appear as the camera shifts.
Keep that in mind, too. This is the night that the guy got unalived or ran over and then later passed away. Keep in mind, Messiah is on the passenger side. So Messiah's not driving this time. He's on the passenger side. So keep that in mind because you're going to need to know that too.
15-year-old William Will Garcia and 13-year-old Jonathan Johnny Overbay. The video, which will later be revealed, is deeply disturbing and sends investigators to visit Scott's wife Jamie to deliver an update on her husband's case.
You guys are going to have some questions. Hey, was this an intentional act against these people? Had no idea who Scott was. It was a ruthless, cold act. I'm very sorry to all of you that we have to meet under these circumstances, but we're going to get to the bottom of this.
I just assumed from the get-go they would never find this person. And I didn't know if they were, what level of effort was being put forth to do it. And I really honestly, just like you said, I wasn't sure I wanted them to find the person because for my personal benefit, it does attach a face to all of this. And I can't imagine anybody doing this to anybody.
Our goal is to put an end to this. And that's what we're going to do.
Over the course of 3 days, from March 17th through March 19th, all three boys were found and questioned. The video revealed that 11-year-old Messiah was in the front passenger seat at the time of the crash. They arrived fully armed at the home of his Uncle Michael, where Messiah lives. After performing a safety sweep of the house, Michael expresses frustration that the officers entered his home.
We did a safety sweep to ensure nobody was inside. You walked in there and you opened.
This is Michael, Messiah's uncle. Now, they went over there to get Messiah, and the uncle's mad because they went in. Now, they are now. Do I believe the officers? No. They said they did a safety sweep. They didn't search nothing. They didn't look at nothing. They just did a safety sweep. Do I believe them? No. But listen to Messiah's uncle. You should have been. Why didn't you have all that energy for Messiah?
Make sure nobody else. I thought that's an adult right there.
Look, man, this ain't a courthouse. You can argue this in a court. We're cops. We're not lawyers.
I know that, but what I'm saying is,
it doesn't matter.
Adult right there. If he says nobody else is
bring that up with your lawyer.
Enough for you?
Bring that up with the lawyer.
I've been a cop 3 years now, dude, and I know when you start arguing about why, there's something there.
Police investigated a crime spree in the summer of 2024 involving an 11-year-old suspected of car theft, burglary, and a shooting, which Messiah took responsibility for in
a crime spree. He was 11. A crime spree. Tony said the uncle ain't shit, and I agree with you. Say J said at them folks, my son was never interested in social media. When he got a cell phone, he was not giving out his number. He couldn't give out his number. My nephew never was interested in social media. And he grew up, him and my niece was in the, the MySpace age. And she was into that MySpace stuff. But, after that's it. Like my niece posts when she takes her girls trip and when she for her birthday. And that's it. That's the only, she posts 2 times a year. My nephew, football season, he puts up scores and things. That's what he does. But for the most part, they're young. They're in their, he's in his late 20s. She's in her early 30s. And they're not social media people either. Bobby Lady said, came out the birth canal amid all of them came out the birth. But like I said, we're gonna meet some other people's family. It ain't just Messiah's uncle. A lady says it seems like social media does more harm than good for minors. This is why social media accounts need to be monitored by parents, especially when you have an 11-year-old. Did the uncle know that Messiah had an account? Maybe not. But I just think as a parent, you should do your due diligence. You can stand around the corner or at a door. You can figure out what's going on with your kid. I don't have any, but I always was able to figure out what was going on with my nieces and nephews. So you can figure out what's going on with kids. And it's not hard to do because I'm sure Messiah didn't have a creative screen name, but then again, maybe he did. But he's 11. How did an 11-year-old get an Instagram? Can you get an Instagram at 11 by yourself? I guess if you know how. I guess you can. But not only that, not only does he have, if he had been keeping his business and watching Messiah like he should have been, he might have been able to find that account and say, yo, man, take this off. The police could put you in jail for this. I'm not saying that's the right thing to do, but I'm saying, if he was diligent, he might would have been able to do that. Attitude and Tylenol said, hey, friends, watching until I fall asleep. Have an early wake up. I can't believe my black job actually trusts me. Trust me to tease people. They know I'm goofy as fuck. Tase. You tasing people? Oh my gosh, it's too complicated. Hey, says I had to come out of the bushes. Everybody will have a well whooped ass. A well whooped ass. How about that? But you know what? I'm not gonna give it away. I'm gonna keep on playing. Zen Soul says, unfortunately, it's too late for the belt at Mary Willis. At my time, I'm definitely from another time when we spanked our kids. What you talking about? I still believe in it. And if I had any kids right now, I'd still do it.
A discovered text message. He also saved several news articles outlining the charges filed against the 11-year-old suspect. Police at the time were not aware of the connection to Scott's death, and in their press release stated, "We are lucky someone wasn't killed." At the police station, Messiah is given drinks and snacks before detectives begin reading him his Miranda warnings. Meanwhile, back at the house, officers informed Michael that they had obtained a search warrant for the property.
So we're looking for cell phones.
Hey, Michael, spoiler alert, they come back with a search warrant. Now, I got a little touched and irked in my spirit when I saw them giving Messiah that McDonald's, because it just took my mind back to the Central Park 5 was it 5 or 6? And even though I was young myself when that happened, it still takes me back because I remember it being a big thing about how the police officers, acted like, oh, just tell us what you did and tell us that you did it and you get to go home, and feeding the McDonald's and stuff like that. So I remember that. So this kind of is Central Park 5. I always get the number mixed up. All I know is some black kids went to jail for something that they didn't do. And was coerced. Pretty much, the police spoon fed them what to say, and unfortunately they did it. But that McDonald's thing, it triggered me because of that.
We're looking for any guns. Do you have any guns inside the house? Yeah. You do have.
Yes, D-Dub, thank you. They stopped Dylan Roof. They stopped him at the Burger King. But see, that's different. How many that other young man that they got for that school Pow Pow, who was black, like a couple of months ago. They didn't stop him by anywhere. Now, one thing I will say is they were very nice, at his arrest. But I think it's different. It's different when, think about this. Okay, on the way to the police station, they stopped Dylan there at Burger King. They stopped, got him some food and stuff. This young man is at the police station, and just like they did the Central Park Five, gave them food. So you already in my house, and now I'm feeding you. So you gotta give something to me, because I just gave something to you in my house. And that's kind of how I look at that.
Have some guns? Yep. Okay, where are those guns?
One gun in my room.
In your room? Mm-hmm. Should there be any guns in Messiah's room?
No.
Go.
There's no gun. There's no car that killed the guy. No bike piece, no souvenirs. So just search it.
While his uncle may not have been aware, Messiah's phone records suggest a concerning pattern involving illegal firearms, including a message in which he admitted stealing a gun at a party and others discussing plans to rob gun stores. Back in the interrogation room, Messiah is asked if he wants to speak with detectives now that he's been made aware of his rights. He agrees.
Now, old Unc, have a couple of pow pows at the house. Oh, he wasn't aware. But if you got pow pows at the house and you don't have them locked up, what you think gonna happen? Okay, and we don't know what capacity. We have seen where the capacity he's seen his uncle use these things, these pow pows. And them folks says, and Sonya's leader took out a whole racist ad about it, but she claims he's a decent man. Yes, Rakia was saying that too. I mean, it was so bad for those children that their parents were getting threatened. Some of the parents had to move because they were getting threatened because of Trump and his doing, and them villainizing these children. Let me see. I think, did Black But Not Bitter say something? Oh, okay. Black But Not Bitter said I could not watch the entire movie about the Central Park Five. I think I watched the first 10 minutes. I didn't watch any of it because I was still, even after they let them out, they found out, because now Trump's thing is he still thinks they're guilty, even though they were exonerated with DNA evidence. They have the man who did it. The man said he did it. They have all this, and Trump is still saying that they did it. Now, and he's what, Sonia? Not a racist? Okay. All right. So I never watched it because I just thought it was terrible. Their childhood was taken away from them because the police wanted to close a case to make it easier for the city, and they were robbed of their childhood. And all of the millions of dollars that you pay them out is not going to take away the trauma that they experienced from that experience. So that's why I couldn't watch that movie. I couldn't watch it at all.
Agrees to answer questions, but asks that they call his uncle first.
Hello, is this Michael Hayes? Hello, Michael. My name is Amia Baker, and I'm with the Albuquerque Police Department. We're here talking with Messiah right now, and he asked that we get you on the phone while we talk with him. Are you okay with that?
I think I need to be in person. His lawyer advised him not to say anything until
You hear that? Old Unc was too sorry to bring his ass down to the police station. You hear that? Too sorry. Messiah wanted him down there. He was too sorry to go down there. No, I talked to his mom, and his mom, just don't say nothing. He told him, don't say nothing. Myra said he is a child. They were allowed to talk to him without an adult present. Well, see, they just asked the adult who he lives with, and, he's not coming down, and he don't want to, because I think Messiah might have, do y'all remember? I just watched it. This is my second time. I don't know if they took Messiah away before the uncle got home. I don't remember. But they do have to have either an adult or a like someone from protective, some type of guardian or somebody with this child's interest has to be present. But they're on the phone as we speak with the uncle, and the uncle is giving them some legal advice.
Do you want to come here and talk?
It's kind of late. I'm being detained at my house right now.
Investigate.
Unc said it's kind of late and I'm being detained at the house right now. You can leave, Uncle Michael. You can leave. You're just there because, you mean to tell me don't nobody live there but the two of you? You the only adult that lives in the house who's home, that's home? The only one? You mean nobody cannot stand around and watch this search while you go down there? After all, Messiah is 12 now. He's 12. You're going to leave him all? The police could do anything to him. They could pull anything out of him. You're going to let him sit down there with these police officers? So, like whoever said that earlier, Uncle Mike ain't shit.
Investigators inform Michael that he's free to leave while the search warrant continues at his house, but he still doesn't agree to come in.
Messiah wants to talk to you.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. What's going on?
Nothing.
So, right now, I called your lawyer. If you talk to a lawyer, he's going to come and represent you, but I don't know what's their procedures of how long they're going to keep you.
Okay.
He said,
I don't have a lawyer and I'm 50, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Messiah is 12 and he got a lawyer. And Uncle Mike done called the lawyer already. Uncle Mike did that. He called the lawyer. It's too complicated. Said, is that Messiah or Damien? Attitude and Tylenol said at my time, speaking from experience, that wouldn't work. I saw my cousin get beat and they are still messed up. You can't beat out mental issues. Messiah don't, I'm sorry. And I know it, and we do this all the time when we do body cams, because I think sometimes we want people to have mental issues because it will explain their behavior. I don't think there's anything wrong with Messiah. So you mean to tell me it just so happened 4 boys are doing this and they all 4 got mental issues? No. Now, your cousins might have had mental issues, but ain't nothing wrong with Messiah other than ain't nobody whooped his behind. Now, I have also seen some of you wanting to know where his mother is. I don't know where she is, but she told Uncle Mike, her brother, to tell Messiah don't talk to them folks until the lawyer is present.
representing you, there's not much I can say. If they want to talk to you with TDS, I want your lawyer here as well. So you're going to have to set it up for in the morning. So they should be bringing you back home. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
What's your position? What's your position?
What's your position? I think they should be. I think they bringing you back home. What's your position? Now, I want to know if some of you have caught this. I was waiting to see, but do y'all hear old Unc on the phone doing all that sniffing? Do you hear him? He keeps going. Now, D-Dub, that's a good point. Says my theory is Unc ain't Unc. Messiah's mom gave him to Unc Mike, gave him to Aunt Mike to stay with him and work off a debt. Because, like I said, listen, this man keeps snorting. Attitude and Tylenol says neglect can create issues. It's clear they aren't being watched. At 11, couldn't even go to the dumpster without my mom knowing. I was a latchkey kid, so at a very early age, very early. But it was always instilled in me what's right and what's wrong. And I just wasn't trying to get in trouble for nothing. Forget about the police. I never even put the police in the equation. It was my parents. So, I mean, I didn't want, but I had supervision, attitude and Tylenol. So you're right. I mean, I had like supervision and I was just I couldn't say, I'm going outside. Well, where are you going outside? You know? It just didn't work like that for me. So yeah, supervision, that is the key. And authority. Stop being, you can't always be your kid's friend. You just can't. Bible lady says the child doesn't have mental issues. His ass is bad as hell. A lady says mom and or dad probably in prison. I know the if he knows who dad is, because let's keep that into consideration. He might not know who dad is, but I sure would like to know where mom is, that Uncle Mike was able to talk to her and she got advice for him. Zen Soul says sounds like he raised himself. Justin's mom says snorting and snotting. Yeah, snorting, but what? Ridiculous. Say J said, like the SA victim's dad might not be her dad, giving Nesto $100,000, according to Nesto's own words. You know what? I believe that the SA victim, I believe that's her dad. I just, that why he gave that man, I don't know what kind of dealings Nesto and him have, but why he would pay him 100, I don't know. I believe that is her dad. But I also believe that, the dad traded her for nefarious intentions. That's what I believe. Mimi says, and we fear of the parentals. We had a fear of parentals back then. We did. X Too Complicated said the mother may be for the streets, allegedly. Tony said, Legacy, you were complimenting, contemplating unaliving. You are no angel. Yeah, I never said that. When did you ever hear me say I was an angel? Never said it. Never said it. And yes, I was. But you also have to consider I was getting my ass beat every day. That'll make you want to commit it. And it was against the person who was doing that to me, not some stranger riding his bike on the way to work.
What's your position?
He's asking what your position is, what you want.
To go home.
I want to go home.
Then you should bring you home soon, okay? And do not you be home soon.
Once Michael is off the phone, they ask Messiah once more if he wants to answer questions.
I'm just bored.
Yeah.
And I thought, guys, like, if I said, if I would answer no questions, you guys would just leave and then have no company.
So, okay, I see what you're saying. You're bored and you kind of want company, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So the conversation that we do want to have with you is related to the crime in which you're being accused of participating, okay?
We're definitely not saying you have to talk to us, it's your choice, but we just can't hang in here and just keep you company either. Does that make sense?
This goes to show you this boy's immaturity. He didn't want to be alone, so he just thought they can hang out and keep him company. This is what he thought. Rakia said, I'm sorry, Legacy, you went through all that. Yeah, Rakia's been through some things too. I mean, everybody might not look, the burning bed. Did y'all see the burning bed? Did y'all see that movie? That is a true story. She unalived that man. She was tired. It happens.
Okay. So, having your rights in mind, do you want to talk to us right now?
No.
Okay.
It's going to help my case. I think
Okay. Okay, so.
Well, it's good talking with you. I hope everything goes all right, okay? All right, thank you, sir.
It's nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you. Take care of yourself, okay?
The second occupant, 15-year-old William Will Garcia, voluntarily surrenders to police at a public meeting place.
William said, I'm going to go on in because they got Messiah and who knows. Ooh, my thing. And he said, who knows if he going to keep his mouth shut. So let me go on in here while I can.
When officers arrive to arrest him, his best friend, 15-year-old Elijah Eli Engelking, is with him. Will's Instagram records were also obtained by police.
Now, isn't it always, maybe it's just me, but isn't it always a clue when you have a friend who's telling, now these are all kids. You got a friend who's telling you, who's saying stuff, you ain't even there for the friend. You just here for this person. But friend in the corner over there, he got so much to say.
With several
Bible lady, my necklace broke. I mean, not my necklace, my bracelet broke.
shocking discoveries among them, including many of Will and Eli together. Like Messiah's account, Will's is filled with references to gang violence and include videos of teens with firearms.
Ready? Yeah. Ready, Phoebe?
Eli tells detectives he wasn't with Will that night, but shares what Will explained to him about his involvement.
He was just in the backseat and they were pointing a gun at him.
Now, I wasn't with Messiah, but I will tell you what I had heard from Messiah's mouth.
Stuff and telling him to record. And that was really what was happening. And he was just they were really just trying to scare him. They were trying to scare the biker, Will said. And Johnny took it to another level and he bombed him in the back. He sped up and he killed the guy.
While Eli insists this is all the information he has, detectives will later learn that he knows a lot more than he's letting on. For now, they meet with Will's parents briefly before they head to the police station to interrogate the 15-year-old.
Do you guys want to talk to us? Like just the parents, do you guys want to talk to us and have a conversation?
I might want to.
Okay, so for me, I could say I don't have anything.
Put a bookmark in this conversation too, okay? Because it's going to come back up. And, the dad he's pretty much saying, no, I don't want to talk, but the mama, I may want to. Okay, mama.
To say other than thank you for what you do. And I've instructed my son not to talk at all until his attorney is present, which should be in the next couple of days,
At the police station, Will sits with investigators who are hopeful they can obtain more details about the incident.
So, William, you know that you are under arrest.
Yeah.
But what we're going to do is we're going to start off by reading you your Miranda rights and making sure that you understand those. And then we can go from there, okay? So do you understand your rights?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. And would you like to talk with us?
I would like a lawyer, honestly.
Okay. All right.
Despite exercising his right to silence, Will is still under arrest. They briefly allow him to call his parents before taking him to the holding cell.
You see that, Will? You're under arrest. I think that these kids think that if they stay silent, if they invoke their rights, like that is the end for them, but it's not.
Hello?
Hey, Mom. I just wanted to talk to you. Just to... I don't know.
I'm out here.
What do you mean?
I'm outside of where you're at now.
Oh. Well, yeah, you probably won't see me, though.
No. So, you just told him you wanted an attorney, right?
Yeah.
Like, just know that you're okay.
Okay.
You ain't say nothing, right?
I love you too, Mom.
Hi, son.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, I love you, okay?
I love you too, Dad.
Keep your chin up, we're right behind you, even though you're not talking to us, we're thinking of you planning, okay? We're meeting with the attorney in the morning, okay?
Okay.
Man, Mijo, we thinking about you, okay? Okay. Now, keep your chin up, sir. This child is being accused of unaliving someone, and you say keep your chin up. And the mama making sure you ain't say nothing, did you? You kept your mouth shut, did you? She making sure. Them folks said they think because they're minors, it won't be a big deal. I do believe that they think that. Now, back a few years ago, like a lot of few years ago, when people was playing Grand theft auto, we can say, oh, these children are jacking cars. They don't know, they don't understand that it's real and it's not a video game. And I feel this way about these people who, not just children, but adults who unalive people. I don't really think they understand that dead is dead. I really think there's a disconnect, that they don't know that it's a real thing. But if hitting that man was not reality, the thud he made when they hit him should have been. That should have woke them up from, if they was under the influence of alcohol, of any type of substances, that should have woke them up. Because I hear sometimes, when some trauma happened or some things go down, people sober up real quick. That's what I heard. It's complicated. Said, please, kids, I used to be in trouble. Please, kids, I used to be in trouble. But you're still not, though. And are you saying these kids are used to being in trouble? I think that might be what you're saying. I think that might be what you're saying, that these kids are used to being in trouble.
They locate the suspected driver, 13-year-old Johnny, at the Juvenile Probation Center, where he...
And Johnny enters the chat. They got 13-year-old Johnny. Now, Johnny was 12 when this happened. Johnny was the one driving, okay? Now, I want you to pay attention to what's about to happen right here. We just got a bunch of parents who aren't teaching their children anything, and you gonna see in a minute. Just watch this.
He's attending an appointment with his mother. Jonathan is currently on probation for an unrelated case.
Hello.
Hello. How are you doing? -0.6.
Hello.
Hello. Blue Honda Pilot.
Hi, buddy. I'm Officer Benavides, all right? Can you just stand up for us?
Tony, who's Johnny? Johnny is the third suspect. So we've got one more suspect to go after they finish with Johnny. Okay? This was a ring. That's why they said crime spree last year. This was a ring of kids. This wasn't just one or two kids. This was a ring of kids. I hope this ain't no bee flying around here. Do bees fly at night? Salt and Pepper Trusses says, chin up, keep your head on a swivel. Pastor Earl Lamont Dunbar. D-Dub says, these parents are too calm. I'd be crying, praying, and yelling. What's going on? Well, you listen to her. She goes, what happened? What did he do? And see, the funny part about this parent is they're going to show her what he did. And watch how she acts.
That pin. What? Thank you.
Is that the right Jonathan? He has an uncle.
Yes, it is. Okay.
What?
Are you sure you got the right Jonathan? Because Jonathan, my Jonathan, he got an uncle named Uncle Johnny. So you might got the wrong Jonathan. No, they don't.
Where's your...
For what?
Do you have a phone on you? No?
For what?
Detective will explain everything. Okay, you're gonna go talk to some detectives, okay?
So I just want to make it easier because you're gonna go with us. You're gonna be able to go with us.
Okay, am I gonna be able to hug him and love on him?
Yes.
Oh my God.
So he has a warrant for his arrest. We gotta take him down.
Am I gonna get to hug on him and love on him? Oh my God. Ma'am, you should have been hugging and loving on him, and perhaps he wouldn't have been out doing what he was doing.
He's gonna get.
Did I speak Shirley's divorce finally? Hey. Them folks said, right. She goes, it could be my brother, right? Okay. Mimi said, what, lady?
By a detective unit.
Is he going to jail?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
John receives a quick pat down outside of the room before they begin to escort him to a waiting police cruiser.
John. You're going to jail.
It's too complicated. Said the mom is drunk. Zensol says, if you don't want to be a parent, if you don't want to parent your children, then don't have them. I will also say this too. Like I said, watch when they get down to the police station. But when they take him out, you're going to meet the auntie. The auntie is out there, okay? So And also the police, they may, okay, so him and he got an uncle with the same name. But guess what? The police, they do get names wrong, but I bet you they got that date of birth right. And I'm sure they know that they knew they was looking for juveniles. They knew they went there with a warrant for a juvenile. That's why they're at the juvenile probation office picking him up. May I say that again? Probation office picking him up. Mai Tai says, when I was much younger, a friend of mine got into a fight with a boy and won. The young man went and got his younger brother so he could pow pow my friend. He unalived my friend. Oh, that's a shame. I am so sorry. And that had to have been traumatic for you as well. And the brother just went and did it. I don't think they understand that there are, especially at a certain age. Now, how old was the brother that he went home and got? That's the question.
Okay, just come to this car over here, okay?
Give him your phone, okay?
No.
For what? No.
I didn't do nothing. Come on.
Oh, this is stupid.
All right, as of right now.
This is stupid shit, Mom. I don't know why they taking me to jail. But here come the auntie.
Okay, you're going to jail for, or you're going to go talk to somebody, but you're under arrest for your warrant. Okay, don't try to do anything stupid. Okay, I don't know what exactly it's for. They just told us you had a warrant to come pick you up. Okay, I'll give you air. Just cooperate, and we'll go from there. Okay.
All right.
An officer follows his mom as she retrieves his phone from their car, where Johnny's aunt begins to question what's happening.
You're going to jail? I don't know. What? I don't know, dude.
What do you mean for what?
Is this?
Yeah.
Okay.
For what?
You shouldn't have
How do we return
anything
this?
on there, so, huh? Oh, that's you calling.
Why are you giving them his call?
They have to, or they're going to seize my car.
Yeah.
But when officers don't
See that? She wants to know. See, the aunt, this ain't her. She's had a rodeo or two herself. Why are you giving them his phone out your car? Now, see, mama got sense enough to know, because if I don't, they going to take my car. And then they going to get the phone. Okay, auntie? And if yours is in there, they going to get yours too. Because they going to tell you to step out the vehicle and you ain't going to have yours. But see, so that tells me their auntie, that ain't her first rodeo. Mai Tai said, thank you all. The younger brother was oh, wow. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm sorry. I don't want to delay this, but okay. The young man went home and got his younger brother so he could. Wait a minute. I reversed that. So you mean to tell me, okay, so this is an older kid. He goes and gets his younger brother to pow pow because he won't get in trouble, or as in as much trouble. Is that what I'm understanding? I had that wrong. I thought he went to get his older brother to pow pow, but uh, them folks says mom knows the whole drill. Tony says these punks need to go before Judge Kim. Mary Willis says mama knows exactly what's going on. Salt and Pepper Trust says at that age, all we wanted to do was ride our bikes, play softball, fish, horseback ride, climb trees. I just wanted, play kickball, skate, ride my bike. And if it was summertime, get some ice cream from the ice cream truck. That's what I wanted to do. Attitude and Tylenol said they do that a lot. They think the younger ones won't get in trouble. Okay, so that is what it was. They at my time, yeah. Yeah, but I think what's been going on in the last 5 to 10 years in this country lets you know that these little kids, they're giving little kids life sentences to the point where Florida says, okay, well, maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe they should get a chance to get out after 20 or 30 years. So I don't know what it's going to take for these kids to wake up instead of, well, no, not instead of. in addition to teaching, if they still teach sex ed, I mean, I don't know what they do in school, but if they teach that stuff, they need to do a criminology course. Let you know that these consequences are real. When you pow someone, they might die. If you hit someone with your car, they might die. They need to know these things. If you do substances, you might die. They need to know all of this stuff. Shirley's divorce finally says, have good old fun. These kids are violent these days. And a lot of it is because their parents let them sit up and do, like, they let them play video games before they did their homework. I think the order was you get home, you do your homework, then you change out of your school clothes, and then, you go on with the rest of the evening.
Don't reveal the details of the warrant. Tensions rise with Johnny's aunt.
But you guys know it's a warrant.
Yes.
But you guys should know if you're arrested.
It's not our job to know. It's not our job at all. It's our job to know that that's a warrant. No.
That makes sense.
You don't agree with it? Do you call the
It
judge?
don't make sense though.
I get you're upset. He's going to jail. It happens.
No,
okay?
it's in reality.
It is reality. You're right. He is going
You're
to jail.
going to jail for a warrant that we don't know what it's for. That makes sense.
His mom arrives separately at the police station, where she's about to see exactly why they placed her son under arrest.
Now watch how this mama reacts when she sees the evidence. And furthermore, you the aunt, why am I talking to you? That's what I would have said.
Her instructions to Johnny reveal that someone gave her information about his warrant, though it's unclear who did.
It's up to you if you want to answer questions or anything like that, but you just wait. And then we'll talk to them later about it or something, because they're trying to get you to murder.
Okay.
Love you. Sorry.
I love you.
But I'm sorry that they're gonna take you to jail. I don't know how long you're gonna be there, but I'm gonna be here for you, okay?
As they wait for the interview to start, Johnny's mother fills him in on what she knows.
Yeah, he said that somebody got hit on a bicycle and Messiah was driving and he was in the car.
Despite what she told Johnny,
Isn't it funny? Somebody got hit by a bicycle and Messiah was driving. Isn't that funny how they want to put it on the black kid? Messiah was driving. Because in the beginning, guess what? They had me fooled that Messiah was driving. But
video she's about to see clearly shows that Messiah was in the front passenger seat.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of step forward on that since you were kind of talking about this. I'm not making any questions or making any requests of you, but I'm just going to let you know about what you have. There's no question about what we have.
Oh my God, I don't want to watch this.
You're going to have to watch this. Sorry.
I did like glitch. Oh my gosh. He said somebody got hit and then they ended up dying.
oh my gosh, they said somebody got hit. Now, they just showed her the video. The video that they got off of the Instagram account, which, by the way, if I'm not mistaken, I think by the end of this, we'll find out all these children uploaded this on their Instagrams. But they just showed her the video. Oh my gosh, somebody got hit. CJ says, my one nephew has 2 kids, 5 and 6, and the 5-year-old wanted to watch YouTube videos and movies on YouTube. She asks, where is the pow pow for rock, paper, scissors? I said, there isn't one ever. I thought rock, paper, scissors was like when your hand's in the fist, it's the rock. And when you've got the 2 fingers going together, that was the scissors. Where does the pow pow come from? CJ says the 5-year-old is a girl and the 6-year-old is a brother. They are going to have a hard time from how it's going. But I'm trying to figure out where, for rock, paper, scissors, where does a pow pow come from? Like the rock, paper, scissors that I know about, there's not a pow pow. So I'm in confusement.
What? And then I guess, I don't know if somebody said you were there or what.
You need to tackle it.
Like, that's what they're trying to get me for?
They just showed her the video. Now, see, we may have seen some edited, Instagram footage, but they're showing her the exact footage that came off of these Instagram accounts. But they said that they're trying to say it was you driving. I wasn't driving. Her and him both. First of all, you were there, so you know what happened because you was there. You know it. But they just showed both of them sitting side by side. It ain't like they went out to the lobby and showed the mama, and then they went in that room and showed him. They showed them both while they were sitting side by side. And the mama is up there saying, they acting like you hit somebody. Well, I wasn't doing it. I wasn't driving. They just showed you that Messiah was sitting in the passenger seat and that this little freak was driving. They just showed you that. Let me see. CJ says it's when you say SHO is why she's asking for the But wait, I'm just trying to figure out, when did rock, paper, scissors turn into a sport where there was I don't understand. When did the rules change? Mai Tai said, but you say shoot, so they think. Do you say? All I've ever heard was rock, paper, scissors. So I've never. You say shoot, do you? So they think it's a pow pow, and I guess a 5-year-old would. Um, a lady said, did they show her son behind the wheel though? Yeah, they did. They did. Um, One thing, first of all, he was trying. He sat there and said Messiah was driving. You clearly saw Messiah behind on the passenger seat, clearly. And you clearly heard that. I think somebody, if it wasn't Messiah, it was one of the kids in the back seat who called this boy's name. And they did, the camera did flip over and show him. Now that's just what we saw here on YouTube. I'm sure the video that she was shown is probably more than that, what she just saw. This boy knows he was there. He knows he was driving, and he's sitting up there saying he wasn't driving. A lady said, let me tell you about some of these other groups. The black person is always the fall guy. Yeah. The other guy, who I think is Latino, I think he said Messiah was driving. This guy, who I think these people look Mexican to me, said that Messiah was driving. Everybody's trying to put it on Messiah. Now, I don't know if they're doing that because Messiah is the youngest, or if it's because he's black, or both. I don't know.
I just don't worry about it. Maybe. I wasn't even there. That's why you didn't see me.
It's real funny how he's saying, and he has convinced his mother, who is sitting right there, that he wasn't driving and you didn't see him. Those police officers saw him. That's how. A lady, work with me on this one. Um, they have to know he was driving, because remember, everybody has given the same story. Messiah was driving. So how would the police know it's him? Messiah is the only one who ain't talking. The other two are talking and saying Messiah was driving. So how would they know that it was him driving if they didn't see him in the video?
Dang, it's just stopped. Thank God, because I didn't want to see that. If it's what, oh my gosh.
She's downloading it so that it doesn't have to rely on a bad connection. So it will still, you guys will still watch it.
Well, I got nothing to worry about because I wasn't there.
And he said,
So in case y'all didn't know what's just happened in that exchange, they're both trying to say, I didn't see. He's saying he wasn't driving. Mama's saying she didn't see him driving. So detective says, well, maybe it's the connection. Let me go download it and then show it to you. Okay. All right. Them folks said natural liar. Mary Willis said, yes, Mai Tai, yes.
He's sorry that if he would have known, he didn't really know. He said it was like kind of last minute and it just popped up. And he said sorry because he wished that he could have warned you or told you more before he did that.
After downloading the video, the detective attempts to play it for Johnny and his mother one more time.
It just sucks not knowing too, you know?
Okay, here you go.
Oh my gosh.
Here you go. You want to watch this first?
My phone is like,
There we
go.
You going to hell, bro? Just bump it, bro. Yeah, just bump it. Go like 15, 20.
Can I just add that listen to this video. You're listening, he's talking, and listen to him sitting there, even though it's been a whole year later. Listen to how he sounds in this video and listen to him right now sound like the same person.
I think it's so much. Can we watch it again?
Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, this very sweatshirt that he has on right now, I think he's wearing in the video. Oh my goodness.
Another video recovered from Messiah's Instagram records show the teen's callous reaction to the blood on the car's hood.
Look where I hit her.
Really?
Her whole face went boom.
The detective lets Jonathan's mom know he'll be taking his phone, explaining that it'll allow them to triangulate his location during the time of the incident.
They have a DNA warrant, fingerprint warrant for him because we have evidence from the vehicles that were utilized during this time frame. So that was just a statement just to let you go, because I hear you're kind of talking about it, so you're not like sideswiped.
Because we were sideswiped when we checked him. We're like, what is going on? Because he's been out of jail. He was in jail for a long time. And then he got out and he's been doing everything he needs to do.
So
he just got out of jail. He was in jail for a while. He just got out and he's been trying to do everything he's supposed to do. Yeah, like breaking the law. Now, true, he might have been sentenced for all those other crimes, you know, before they figured out he committed this one. But that's no excuse. We can't say, oh, well, since he's been doing everything that he's supposed to do, we're just gonna let that one go. We're just gonna let him have it. No, he'll be okay. A lady says, okay, I don't see the driver's face, but I did see Messiah on the passenger side. They flashed, if I think at the beginning of the video, when, and not the, like right before the actual video start, you know how they just showing us clips of what's going to happen. But nevertheless, even if they don't show him, you can hear him. And somebody said his name. Somebody in that car said his name. Now, Tony says, Legacy, I would much rather drag Sonya than watch future shower soap droppers. Well, on this channel, we do more than talk about Sonya and Nesto. We do. So D-Dub said Wade Wilson 2.0. Mimi said, so was he home, lady? Right. So now, not only have we shown you, not only do we know he was the one driving, although everybody has said Messiah was driving. So now that we already know this, Mimi says, so was he home, lady? We're gonna be taking his cell phone so we can triangulate where he was. So, you know, in case he's trying to say I wasn't there, well, guess what? Your phone says you were. Okay. Bible lady said, where was he the night of the crime, ma'am? Exactly. Kimmy Who says, Mom, you aren't helping. No, she's not. She's not helping whatsoever. Them folks said, I think sometimes when they go to those juvenile facilities, they end up coming out true criminals. And I completely agree with that. I think they do. I think that they do. There are things going on in that. And the thing about it is, not only are there so many adult things going on in that juvenile facility, it's not just with the juveniles. You have counselors, back in the juvenile. You're not supposed to call them COs, they're counselors and managers and things. You have stuff going on where some of them are messing with the children. Or just like you have contraband being smuggled into prisons, they're smuggling them into the juvenile homes too. Bible lady said, I saw Messiah on the passenger side. Also, Say J said, okay. I'm gonna put your comment up because thank you so much, Say J. I want to put that up. Let's see here. A lady, okay. Okay. Thank and thank y'all for your support. D-Dub said a lady he must have seen that padded bra in that tube top.
So there was vehicles involved, and they have evidence from them. So once those DNAs, they'll be cross-examining his DNA and prints to the stuff collected from those vehicles.
Curious about his current probation, detectives ask for more details.
It's violated.
He had broken into a school or something, and he's been doing restitution and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, this will.
He had broken into a school or something. You don't know what your child has done? What do you mean? He's broken. You should know. Or how many things that has he done that you can't tell the difference between what he's on probation for and what he's not on probation for? Okay.
Unfortunately, that's going to violate that. So,
all right. Okay.
Okay.
I wish that I could make you pop out tonight.
She said, "Keep your head up."
I love you. Get in the shower.
Don't drop the soap.
Are you gonna be okay?
Well, there's nothing else I can do.
We almost done, but she said, "Are you gonna be okay?" Well, what you gonna do if he ain't okay? Huh?
An officer enters the room to take Johnny to his holding cell, leaving his mother in an emotional state.
Does he have to go right away?
Yeah, we'll let you say bye and then
I love you, baby.
Now Johnny want to cry. You thought it was funny when you saw that man that you hit. You thought it was funny when you saw his blood on the car. Now all of a sudden we want to cry. Crying time is over with. Them folks, I'm going to look that up. Them folks said Attitude and Tylenol. We just closed a facility in Los Angeles where they were doing that. It's a recent news story. If you Google it, it's in Donny County. No, Donny, California. I was going to say County, California.
I'm here for you. Just remember everything that happened last time you went in and just try to learn from you, like everything, and don't let nobody bully you, but don't get into trouble, okay? Be nice, be cool. I'll need to find your glasses. Yeah. Sorry. Love you.
all right, they said you could be in there without cuffs, okay? So we'll keep it that way as long as you stay cool, okay?
Love you.
Before entering his cell, Johnny is allowed one last goodbye hug with his mom.
Oh, Johnny.
Be strong, okay? Best friend. Love you. Kiss. Best friend.
Arrest warrants were obtained for Jonathan and William, and a search warrant was executed for Messiah. DNA and fingerprints were collected from all three boys for comparison with evidence recovered from the stolen car. On March 21, 2025, Crime Stoppers received a shocking tip from a teacher who revealed...
Listen, Crime Stoppers just got a shocking tip. Wait till you hear this tip and what it revealed. Rakia said this is not Johnny's first rodeo. He seems to stay in trouble. Where is the mom when these kids are committing these crimes? Okay. A lady. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for the member milestone. A lady has been a member for 10 months and she says, "You've been holding it down for the thruple." Thank you so much, a lady. And thank you for the members milestone. And let me just say, it has been kicking my behind, but I'm determined to do it. I am determined to do it until Native comes back on these YouTube streets. But thank you so much. Southside Chi-Town said, "Best friends, that's the problem." Yeah, because I don't know if I would want Messiah. I mean, but of course, Messiah was probably with old Johnny when he broke into that school. All these boys, they clearly hung together. Um, Attitude Tylenol said, "Did they just not know Messiah's last name, or did they conceal it because of his age?" I think that they concealed it because of his age. Because 11 is, I think, when it's either 12 or 13, I think. Um, Thank you for the member milestone, a lady, and thank you for supporting the platform. Everybody's saying best friends, that's the problem. And by the way, before we finish up this video, I would just like to say I am getting ready to solicit for my friend, Native Tribe Urban Media. If you would like to donate to him through means of GoFundMe or any other kind of means, the information is in the chat being put in by Black But Not Bitter. And also, it is pinned right up here at the top. All right, now let's listen to this tip, this Crime Stoppers tip now.
That a fourth teen was present in the vehicle at the time of the murder. The tipster recognized the voice saying "bump him" as their student, none other than Will's best friend, 15-year-old Elijah Eli Ingleking, who had previously denied any involvement when questioned by investigators.
Just bump him, bruh.
Like, you like bump him?
Yeah, just bump him. Go like 15, 20.
Investigators would later receive information.
I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know how I did that, but you see that Eli ain't had nothing to do with it. All I know is Messiah was there. I had heard Messiah. All I know is what Messiah told me. I know he was there. Eli, you was in the back seat. Okay. Hey, Life Unleashed, how are you doing?
From a third party, stating that Will's own brother shared that his parents knew Elijah was in the vehicle, but were waiting to disclose the information in the hopes of gaining leniency for Will.
You hear that? So, Will, okay, they knew Will's parents. So if Will's parents knew that Elijah was in the vehicle, it stands to reason that Will's parents probably already knew what was going down. You remember, Mama? Oh, yeah, I would like to know more about what's going on. You remember, Dad? All I have to do is say. All I want to do is say, yeah. Don't talk without a lawyer, and I appreciate the service, y'all. Thank you for your service, is what he told the police. So, who's soliciting? Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, Shapey, I'm soliciting. I'm soliciting for, Native got me on here soliciting for the GoFundMe. Okay. Yes, because that's what Sylvia said. That's what her people said I was doing. I was a front and soliciting for Native. So Native got no. They didn't say I was. They said Native got me soliciting for him. That's what they said. So Attitude Tylenol said Eli is higher than me. Yeah. Yeah. All right, Eli.
15-year-old Elijah Ingleking was indicted by a grand jury on June 11, 2025, on charges of first-degree murder.
And if I'm not mistaken, he gets in more trouble than anybody because he's older. If I'm not mistaken.
Conspiracy to commit first-degree murder and knowingly leaving the scene of an accident, resulting in death. He entered a plea of not guilty and...
Look at them thugs. Look at that. Now, they took this picture while they was in the bathroom, okay? They was in the bathroom. So we've got Eli, we got Messiah, Messiah was running around stealing cars and driving, and Messiah can't even reach the. I wonder, did Messiah have to sit on a cushion like me? Because I have my seat very much so up on the steering wheel and sit on a cushion. I want to do Messiah have to do that. And I wonder, do Johnny have to do that too? Because Johnny is a little short too. And then we've got old 15-year-old Elijah and 15-year-old Will. Will's parents, they thought, hey, we got a bigger fish than Will. So we just gonna sit here and keep our mouth shut until you're ready to catch this bigger fish that we have. D-Dub said change his name to Eli instead of Eli. Life Unleashed said I was in the bushes on the phone telling my mama about these badass boys. uh, Attitude Tano said Messiah, little ass, should have been home. Should have been home. Granny the Great. Hey, Granny the Great says, and IS soliciting for native is soliciting for native a bad thing? No. And I just think that I guess that was supposed to insult me. Them saying that was supposed to insult me or make it seem like native was making me do something or I'm out here. I mean, I'm not sure what they thought was going to happen behind that, because nevertheless, native didn't ask me to do that. Native don't when native and Black but Not Bitter and all them went down to the courthouse. Native didn't call me up and said, hey, Legacy Moon, can you cash at me some money for lunch and gas? He didn't do that. But that's what the courtroom vlogger does. Every court case she covers, she seems to need gas money, money to get there, and money to eat all the time. So oh, goodness gracious. So yeah, but I guess I was supposed to feel belittled. I'm not quite sure what their point was. I'm not quite sure. Black but Not Bitter said Elijah is giving Prince and Cat Williams vibes. Who knows? He might be giving something else when he goes down to juvenile hall. I know y'all want to give ain't nobody thinking about them people over there. Kimmy Who says looks like a wannabe boy band poster. I know men, okay? I know men, but I'm not a boy. I don't say I'm a male, or I'm more like one of the guys. I don't say that. But this is very weird for I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them all lined up taking a picture like this, but I just find it weird. I don't see this. It's just weird. I don't know. It's just weird. Shay B said the NWA shorty wanna be a thug. 2 Live Crew. Black but Not Bitter says they don't understand when you ask for help for legitimate reasons. Yes, like a medical condition that you weren't expecting, a procedure you weren't expecting. But Sylvia going down to that courthouse every day, needing gas money and lunch money, that's if she can't afford her own gas and lunch, she needs to rethink her career. Bible Lady said, I need to see the fat mouse rat tail. I mean ponytail.
Is currently being held without bond until his trial. Following his interview, 13-year-old Jonathan Overbay was taken to the Juvenile Detention Center and later charged with first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, leaving the scene of an accident involving great bodily harm or death, and unlawful carrying of a handgun by a person under the age of 19. According to the Bernalillo County District Attorney's Facebook page, he later pleaded guilty to second-degree murder, receiving the maximum juvenile sentence permitted under New Mexico law.
Now, the only thing about that is he's only going to be in there till he is 21 years old. So that's unfortunate because he's already this boy has already been through the system, and he didn't learn nothing back then. When he was in the system the first time. You see his crimes, it looks like they've escalated. So I don't think that, he'll get out at 21 and try to make up for lost time and be back in there, but this time in the prison system, the adult prison system.
Will remain in a juvenile facility until he reaches the age of 21. 15-year-old William Garcia was charged with first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. Per our conversation with the district attorney's office, his case has been transferred to adult court.
What a bad day for you, okay? Such a bad day for you.
As for Messiah, the 11-year-old was fed McDonald's and slept on a cot overnight in the interrogation room, as the Children's Youth and Family Services Department had no beds available for the night. He was taken into custody of CYFD the following morning. A recent Facebook post from the Bernalillo County District Attorney's Office announced that a now 12-year-old has been charged with an open count of murder in connection with the death of Scott Habermel. We contacted the 2nd Judicial District Attorney's Office to confirm whether this individual is Messiah, but were told they could not provide additional details at this time. If you'd like to see select new videos early and help us keep uncovering case files that rarely come to light, you'll find extra footage and unseen details on our Patreon. Channel member.
Wait a minute. I gotta go to that. I don't think that I am I don't have that site. I have a lot of sites on my Facebook for criminals, but I don't have this one. I think I'm gonna get it. Bernalillo. I'll find it. But y'all, I'm glad I didn't have my drink in my mouth because I looked at a lady's comment. She said, "What a waste of defined curls."
Memberships here on YouTube also include early access to select new videos.
Oh, we don't want to see that. Okay. Now let me bring up this facility. Let me see what this tells us. We might let me share it. Let me share my screen. Now I have, if y'all want, I do have one more. It is, I think, 10-15 minutes, maybe not even that long, so I could do that. But this says in Downey, California, the Los Padrinos Juvenile Hall was ordered to close in 2024 due to safety concerns and staffing issues. While the facility is still operating, it's under pressure to relocate its detainees. Separately, the Downey facility, which included aerospace and nuclear research operations, was also a site of historical significance. Here is a detailed breakdown. Okay, this facility, okay, da 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 da. I want to know more about this okay. Yes, AI. No, I'm gonna read this, judges. I was getting ready to have AI, tell me specifics, but we'll do this. We will do this. Is this the facility? So it says that they were closed and it was declared unsuitable to house youth. Los Angeles Superior Court Judge Michael Espinosa has been weighing the fate of Los Padrinos, which houses about 300 youth detainees whose criminal cases are still pending in court. Well, where do they go after court? In December, the California Board of State and Community Corrections declared this facility unsuitable to house youth detainees, citing various issues, most notably staffing deficiencies, but the county's lacking any viable alternative to house the detainees has continued to operate the facility despite the state order. How they do that? How they do that? So they are claiming the youth in the facility are unsafe, Judge Espinoza, who has been considering the issue in connection with the pending unaliving case against one of the juveniles detained at the facility, directed the county probation department to return to court the next month with a plan for relocating detainees. The probation department issued a statement Friday afternoon saying it will move swiftly to implement a depopulation plan for the facility that aligns with our broader facilities strategy and prioritizing public safety. Okay, and this is a bunch of nonsense. We thank the judge, da 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 da, the department. Oh, I can't believe I just did that. Da 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 da. Oh my gosh, forgive me. Um, let's see. Chaos creates dangerous ripple effects on our youth safety, according to the statement from the agency. Time and again, in report after report, we've seen neglect, mismanagement, and abuse, all while officials insist that change is coming soon. The court's order today is a step in the right direction. We look forward to participating in the development of the plan to depopulate the facility, because I'm tired of saying that name. Okay. Hey, the only Tyrone Bigums, how are you doing? We've got also in here AK's POV. How are you? What y'all folks doing coming up in here so late? I'm just playing. Let's see. And Virgo Cali is here. Um, my child said, "You've been ponytail. You've been ponytailed." I was about to say ponytailized, but ponytailed works. Right, I can't believe I did that. Black but not bitter says, "We've missed you at Tyrone Bigums." Yes, yes. Um, AK's POV said, "We used to coming in late." Yeah, I've been starting early. I've been getting it, and when I can get here at 9, I'm here at 9. So poor people at the facility. So I do have, if y'all want to see one more, and since people are coming in here, I could show another one. D-Dub says, "Legacy cracks me up whenever she says coming soon." Okay. Oh my goodness. So let me I'm waiting to see what y'all say, but that's okay. We've been on here. It ain't been 3 hours yet, so we good. Let me get this lady off of here, because we don't want to see her. We do not want to see. I'm a fat mouse, okay? We don't want to see her. We've seen her once. So this is 15 minutes, and we got an employee somewhere stealing, okay? She's stealing, y'all. She's stealing. Hey, Del Sol. So let's get up in here and look at this one, and then we'll get out of here. And by the way, y'all, for those of y'all who are just now coming in, y'all know, guess what? The fat mouse was over there. Not only was she showing body cam, but she was over there showing a body cam that I intend to show to y'all. And I just could not believe it. So the next thing she gonna say is, I'm copying her content. Okay, and further, that can be no further from the truth. Hey, Scorpion 778, how are you doing? And a lady said, "Please like this stream." Yes, please, and thank you. And also share it. Tell a friend, tell a family member, tell an enemy. Let's see, we are this is Blue Blotters, and we are at Walmart. And child, we in there getting the Walmart employees. Let me share the screen so we can get into this.
In August 2023, police were dispatched to a Walmart in Melbourne, Florida, in response to a reported theft. Upon arrival, an officer observed a 40-year-old woman named Michelle, who had been stopped by asset protection agents in the field.
Are you on probation? Sit down. Sit down.
Do y'all hear that? I wonder what the blue blotter dude don't usually do this, but sometimes they'll put the thing up to shield the loss prevention people as well as the other employees there. But if y'all hear that crying, that is the person that they've brought in there. Okay. Life Unleashed says she has no original thoughts. A lady says, I'm sure Fat Mouse commentary to body cam is dumb. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I didn't like stay on it to like I don't even think she showed the whole body cam, which is really a shame because that was a body cam to see. Now, unfortunately, it might not be one that everybody's going to want to see, but it was a good body cam, especially to see how the police were acting. Because if ever I seen compassion, that was it. But I don't think she was doing much commentary on that body cam from what I could see. But she doesn't know how to react and give commentary because she doesn't know a lot of things. So y'all see her? See her up there? She was, doing the little feet. You know how when like you take a kid's lollipop or something, they're like, they're beating. Yeah, that's what she was just doing.
John being arrested.
It is noteworthy that Michelle has a significant shoplifting history with law enforcement, having previously been featured on Blue Blotters when she was caught stealing from a Best Buy in April 2022.
So, what's going on?
Not much.
I could I couldn't find this, right? But since they gave us like a little snippet of it, I was like, well, okay, but I'll look for it later. She's going to be on one of my features that I do when I do repeat offenders, because there are repeat offenders.
Did you guys go to Best Buy?
No.
No? Didn't go to Best Buy? Nothing?
No.
So, you wouldn't know what I was talking about when I said a vehicle matching that description with people matching your description and matching his description. We're just at Best Buy.
No.
Took a bunch of stuff, dropped it as soon as they got out, and then hauled ass from the parking lot in reverse.
No.
You wouldn't know anything about that.
No. Am I going to jail?
Okay. Yes.
For what?
Because you were positively identified as a shoplifter at Best Buy. I know, right? Crazy.
Listen, please.
And again arrested for theft after stealing from a Sam's Club in August 2022.
Was involved in a theft?
Yeah.
This one I saw, but I here again, I didn't look for it. And if I'm not mistaken, I think there's a situation with a car battery. I think. I can't remember if they show this or not, because sometimes I watch these like well in advance and I forget. I get mixed up or whatever, but I think there's a car battery issue too with her.
I mean, someone stole my toolbox out of there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, someone stole something from the Sam's Club.
And in this truck?
Oh, it must have been my
No, it wasn't your toolbox. Not someone using this truck to steal from the Sam's Club.
Not us. We don't even.
A computer?
Yeah, I don't even have a Sam's membership.
No?
Nothing.
Steal a computer from
Yeah,
Sam's?
you have to show a card
Okay.
before you even get
Okay.
I've been in there once with my dad, but many years ago.
Okay.
Are you freaking kidding me right now?
Please, give her
We just
Okay.
got our stuff from these
All right,
people's
stop.
house.
We're gonna have a conversation in a minute, okay?
The question I have is, she's been arrested at Sam's and wherever they said she was. How did she get the job at Walmart? Because aren't they commingled in some kind of way? So I'm just trying to figure that one out. Because she ought to be. They keep that database. So she ought to be on it. So how did they hire her?
Please, I swear to God, I didn't know it was in there.
And finally, she was caught red-handed for stealing from a Dollar General in December 2022.
Please. You hear that? AK's POV said Best Buy was the other store. Thank you. And Bible Lady said her whining gives her away. Hey, Aunt Natty, how you doing? So yeah, please.
So you're fine. So that's all that was in your bag?
No.
Okay.
That's it. Everything else I already have with me.
So the candy is not theirs?
No, the candy, I came in with the candy, I swear. Oh my God.
Currently, Michelle is being arrested for stealing razor blades and makeup from a Walmart.
Oh wait, wait a minute. I thought she worked there. Okay, we gonna let this play out. Hey, Beauty is her name.
I gotta go.
What's a good address for you? On your license?
Yes.
Go ahead and sit down.
It was an accident.
Was it
accident? Please don't arrest me. I'm gonna lose everything.
How much do you weigh?
150.
Okay, you're being trespassed from the store for a year. Do you want to sign this? It's up to you. No.
I'm sorry, but her Chris just keeps taking me out. I'm sorry. And keep in mind, I've seen all these body cams on her, like not just in this clip, but like I've seen them all. Just because she pops up all the time. I swear there's another one with a car battery. I swear we just ain't got, they just ain't got that one yet. But them folks said she has an illness at this point. In case POV said, if someone in the office is laughing at her too, that's me laughing. But then again, they might be, because this is funny, but no, that's me laughing.
Alright, you're gonna stand up. Hang on.
Please. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Alright, do you have anything on you that's going to stick me or hurt me?
No. What about all my stuff?
What about all your stuff?
Like, what do I do with it?
Your bag and stuff?
Yeah.
We're gonna take it with us. Yeah. So you don't have anything on you? Go ahead and take a seat for now.
Bring your seats. I'll be back.
Okay, just all that? Yeah. Oh, hold on, let me take it with you.
So
You bought this stuff?
Yes.
Okay, they're gonna have to refund that stuff. Yeah, you can't break the law when you're on probation.
I know. I'm gonna take all the money I just pulled out of my account, out of there at zero.
I think she has some money that's supposed to be the boy. Well, we'll see. But anyway, the thing about these arrests is it shouldn't be any surprise to her that she's going to violate her probation. But you have to ask yourself, with all of the arrests that she's had, she's got a lengthy record, and with all the previous shoplifting that she has, you got to ask yourself, why is this woman only on probation? Why didn't she have to serve like actual prison time? Because she's habitual at this. Heck, just the body cams we saw before this one makes her habitual, if you want to get technical about it.
Oh my God.
Yep, it's gotta go with you.
My husband's calling. Can I answer that? Is that okay?
Is he anywhere close to here?
He is, yeah. I mean, he's just getting off work.
Okay, will he be able to take your stuff from you?
Yeah. Sean. I'll explain later. I'm at Walmart and just wanna. I know. I'm.
And let me tell you, Sean is pissed.
I don't know.
If you want him to take your stuff, tell him he needs to be on his way here.
Hey, listen. I need you to come to Walmart on Serna right now. So you can come pick up my wallet, and I just pulled out money to give to you for the bills. So if you don't come here now, they're gonna put the money into my. You what? The one on Sarno. I know. Yeah, I'm alright. I made a mistake.
Okay, just tell him he can talk to you when he gets here.
When you get here, I can talk to you. I need you to come. I need you to come really quick, though. Okay? She needs you to come quick so I can give you my wallet. Okay. Love you.
No, Sean, that's not the same. It's not the same. I can't spill piece. She's crying. He's crying the same way. My child said, I made a mistake. Yes, I made a mistake. You mistakenly got caught. That's the mistake you made. Them folks said Sean sees what she comes home with when she isn't caught. Sean knows she has a serious problem.
So I don't have a bond then, right?
When you have...
No, you ain't getting no bond.
Okay, $325.
Yeah, I want to give my wallet and everything to my husband.
That's
so
fine.
Pay the bills with
I
that.
just, since there's money, I like to count it on camera and you confirm. So when he gets here and you say, yes, that's him, I can hand it all over to
I just need to make one more call because I'm the manager at Pennsylvania and I have a new employee there.
Okay.
And he's there by himself. He just tried calling me.
Okay, well he's going to have to wait.
Okay.
You want to give him your car key as well?
Yeah.
The only thing you want to take is your phone?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want them to refund this or do you want to give it to him?
I'll just give it to him.
Your jewelry, do you want it to go with him or do you want to take it with you?
I'll give it to him, I guess.
Okay. Let me take your cuffs off real quick so you can take all your jewelry off. Open your hand. Alright, you want to take all your jewelry off?
Bobby said, Dad, this bitch had money. She said, bitch had money. Kleptomaniac.
Any other piercings or anything else?
No, I don't have any. Well, I do, but I don't have anything in.
Okay, so no more jewelry.
No.
Okay. And where were you born?
Houston, Texas.
Houston. Does it ever go to a black screen? Oh, there it is.
And she stole razor one of the razor blades. I mean, what are they? Are they 88 cents or what? Maybe they're a little more. I don't know. But
would you walk out with me?
I'll walk out.
Carry that stuff. We're gonna take it right. Nope, other right. The door always gets in. So I'm gonna take your left. And we're gonna take our right here. Take a left and then
to be honest with y'all, her teeth is kind of giving, the M word. Look, I don't know why I'm trying to even do that because I'm sure YouTube gonna get me for all that violence we saw in the last video, but we'll see.
I don't know why.
What kind of car is husband again?
I'm hoping to have red blazer, like a Chevy blazer. Like, yeah, red one has that black Chevy sign on it.
Alright, you want to take a seat? No. Oh, she's on probation.
Oh, one bag.
Yeah. She's
So you're not putting that.
her husband's on the way, so he can take all of her stuff. Yeah. She's gonna go all the way. Yeah, you know I get off in an hour, right? Keeping me. So as soon as your husband gets here, I'll hand him the stuff over, and then we'll go and get my paperwork done, and then get you up there. You got any tattoos?
Yeah, I have a sun on my lower back. It's really hot back here.
Okay, give me just a bit.
All right,
Just a second. How far do you think he was from here?
I don't think too far.
I'm gonna call him and see how close he is. That one?
No, the one.
Look, this officer says she get off real soon, so she don't have time to be sitting up there waiting for this woman's husband.
Sugar balls. Yeah, I don't know what. My phone's been doing that lately. I don't know why.
Okay, is this the person from?
That's my boss. Yeah.
Who did you need to call?
The other one, the one below it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why my phone's doing that. Just send. I'll just have my husband call my boss later on today.
Okay.
If you want to text my husband, just should respond like that. That'll be the other one.
He's bouncing on that too.
He just turned in, but he went down one of the little side. I don't know if he's going to park or something. I guess he didn't see you.
Oh, okay. So you did see him pull up?
I did see him pull
Okay.
up there, yeah.
She probably
Right
lying.
there. He's walking. See him? Yeah, he's walking right there. Walking this way.
In front of me?
No, behind us.
Oh, behind us.
Behind us, yeah.
Okay. If you want to talk to her for a minute, you can, and then I'll give you the stuff so you can take it with you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
It was an accident, so I had a thing of razors sitting on the thing underneath my little bag, and I paid for everything. I withdrew money and everything, and he's like, oh, because I gave you a warning already a couple years ago. He was like, no. I was like, no. You're the dude you went to school with.
Did you show him all the money you got?
Yeah, and I told him. You fucked. Listen, I need you to call Ricky.
He said no, because he gave me a warning a few years ago. Girl, you've been stealing all your life? So just a few years ago, you're saying the loss prevention folks, they gave you a warning. So you went in there and accidentally, first of all, I would be so traumatized. It's very easy to have something in your cart, especially something small like razors, and it's then gone under your purse. But depending on how much stuff I have, if I only have a bag or two, I pick that up and pick up my purse, and then you see something's, you didn't get something. 9 times out of 10 is something I want, so I'll just pay for it. I have gotten out to my car with something that was hid behind something, not intentionally, but it just went there. I'll never forget one time it was some Mrs. Dash seasoning. And I went back in there because because at first I was like, I'm not going back in there. And I just, my conscience wouldn't let me, and I needed it, so I went back in there. Now another time, I pushed that cart out the store, and something was, it had been under my purse, but then it fell, and it rolled to the back of the cart. I didn't, I was tired. I said, I'm not going back in there. I did not go back in there, but I didn't take it either. I left it in that cart, and I just went on home. So because my conscience would not let me do it. It wouldn't let me. Ray Della Lewis said, "What's wrong with this lady?" Bible lady says she's like Messiah, started stealing straight out the birth canal. Hey, Aaliyah TV. Um, Aaliyah TV said, "I'm not paying for nothing after I left the store with it." My conscience just would not allow. It just wouldn't. Now, it was very dangerous because I even debated that. I'm like, look, I'm black. So I don't know if I go and hear these folks. They might be ignorant enough to think I stole it. And then I decided later I was going to go back in and pay for it. Because some of these people do that. Some of these people do, after they bust, they say, well, can I just pay for it? So them folks said I always lift my handbag and everything when I put my stuff on the counter. I do not want to be accused of stealing. Right. Right. Yeah, I know what you mean. I think I started the main thing I started doing was stop putting stuff in the front of the cart where I put my purse. Especially as time goes on, people, the way they follow us anyway in these stores.
And let them know.
Yeah, right. I was talking to him.
What did you say?
Exactly what you told me. Nothing is yes.
All right.
I mean, is there any way you can talk? You got money to pay for it. I mean, you got $1,600 in your account.
I know that she won't let me.
Why would you steal?
Okay. Now, in addition to that money she had on her, she's got $1,600 in the account. So the reason why is because the officer don't like her. It's not because you stole. It's not because they tired of you coming in here stealing. It's because the officer don't like you. So that's why they won't let you pay for it, because the officer don't like you.
When you got $1,600 in your account, you understand?
Yeah.
You got what else was it? That was it?
Yeah.
Savers?
Yeah.
That's it.
No, and makeup.
What is it?
Makeup.
Why? You have fucking money, dude. I didn't even know you were gonna get bonded out now.
I can't. I don't have a. She said I won't have a bond. Sorry. God, what are your parents gonna say about this? Oh my God.
What are your parents gonna say?
Come on, man.
I know.
Seriously.
So she's done got herself a pretty decent caliber guy here. And she wants to know, what are your parents going to say? First of all, I bet this ain't really her husband. This is probably her boyfriend, because why would she say that? Bible lady, you still say she's a klepto? Some razors and makeup, yeah. And it's probably makeup that she doesn't even need. Aunt Nettie said, I'm still trying to get over the fact that her husband is listed as sugar balls. He's trying to get over that, the husband is sugar balls in the contact. Lady said they are probably both living with his parents. Oh wow, probably so. I'm looking at this guy. She has it. It seems like she has a type. Seems like she has a type as far as the men look. A lady said, "Did you see that METH face? She needs all that makeup." I definitely saw those teeth, because those teeth, I think they're spaced apart anyway, because they probably just, hereditary or older age. But that blackness that's around, yeah, that's Rossi said parents are going to say, drop that zero and get you a hero.
I've always been telling you, look at the other
I
side.
know,
man.
I know. All right.
Alright, I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
If you can get it today, yes.
All right.
All right, love you.
Love you.
Sugar balls are not. We not kissing through this cop car glass that everybody been sitting and sneezing and snotting on.
All right.
All right.
Next time, listen to me, man.
I know. I know.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna reach over you because it comes this way. It's very awkward and weird. Sorry.
Lady, I'm not sure, but most people put it in the chat like you just did. So I guess, I don't know. Like I said, I'm pretty sure YouTube is going to give me grief over this video. So
I'm sorry. The prescriptions are ready to be picked up at the pharmacy also. The insurance, there's a direct auto insurance. I need you to pay that too. Love you.
Call me.
Sorry. All right.
Think about this. All right. It ain't worth it, man.
I know.
to be fair, if they're her prescriptions, do we really need to go pick them up? Because she's not going to get a bond on this. They're going to violate her probation. So she's going to have to stay in there till her violation of probation hearing. So really, there is no need in spending money on these prescriptions if they're for her.
I know.
130 showing Bush. I got him at gunpoint. Okay, gunpoint. 130 showing Bush. Covers code 3. Okay. Area plane size 1410. Has been on tag 2.
Well, y'all. That's it. That's all. We did it. And we just hit a little over 3 hours. I thank y'all for being here with me. Thank you for the member milestone, and the membership. I don't know if that was tonight or this afternoon, but whenever. Thank you for that. Also, I appreciate y'all sitting through the first body cam that we did. It wasn't one of those hard to watch where we're gonna see a mother and an infant unalived, but I know it might have been, you might not have wanted to see a bunch of kids committing crimes, but sometimes, like I said before, we've got to just get through these. And the one that Sylvia showed that I was going to show anyway, I really want to do that one. That one is a little bit more, it's just a little bit more. We won't see anything, but it's just a lot. Bible Lady said, crying like the klepto, his legacy leaving. Oh, Cam Lewis is still here. You crying like, yeah, I gotta go. But I will be back tomorrow because I will be doing it on Monday, where we will do something about, Sonya and Nestor related. I think I'm gonna do the other video that I saw that I was thinking about doing. So I will probably do that, but I will be doing it on Monday at probably 9, not 8, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I might make it 8. You never know. But I will be back. And then on, I'm not sure if V's coming on Tuesday. If she doesn't, I'll come back on Tuesday. But if she does, I will be here on Wednesday, where I will show, if I don't show the one that Sylvia had showed that I hadn't planned, that I had planned on showing anyway. I if I don't show that one, I'll show another one, and it will probably take most of the time that we're on. So anyway, we are getting out of here. Thank you for everything. Thank you for being here. Shout out to the marvelous Moonlight Mods. I am still soliciting for Native Tribe Urban Media. Go tell Sylvia I said so. And that's all I have. Y'all have a good night. If you guys came in late for this body cam, you'd be very interested in going back and watching everything we did before you came in. And please like and share. And if you are not subscribed, consider subscribing. That's all I have for y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow. Good night.